I think it's time to start the game. Yep. Alright. Yep. So... God damn it. It's funny because...
Thank you. I love you all. You are totally awesome. Almost as good as...
Roads! Subbed. Thank you. Roads!
Just the tip.
God, can I play my game?
More than that's just too much.
Can I play my game now? Can we stop? Magnus, what's Sky Daddy? Yeah, Magnus, what's a Sky Daddy? Yeah, so Chris will be streaming the Resident Evil 2 demo after I stream, so... Chris, but when I end the stream, I want you to start yours real quick, and then I'll just raid you, just so we can harass you. All right. I like when, no matter if play changes or his name or not, I always see his actual name on the PayPal thing. So that's how you're like, oh, I know it's him. I can finally watch a stream for 45 minutes. Well, hopefully we won't fuck around too much in that time. He knows my name. Alright. Sky Daddy is the kind that fades away in the sky. Alright, so last time we went to Lashaw's village because Ein said something was up. Apparently no visitor came to see them. So we're kind of just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. I'm pretty sure Ein just kind of sent us out here because he wants us to be better acquainted. But who knows? Maybe something crazy might happen. I'm fully expecting craziness to happen. Alright. Given time to prepare for a brainstorming session, Lashaw and I settled down in her living room. Wait, do we have we have like one chair? I just realized this. Like, this is the table, but whatever. It's cool. Yeah, this is totally a date setup. I also contact her father through my terminal, at which point Lashaw explains the situation and everything the villagers told her. Once the two of them have finished conversing, the three of us convene and our discussion begins. Alright, let's begin this meeting. Ein wants grandkids. So to start with, let's examine the situation once more from the beginning. Ein, you told us that there was a village in need of medical supplies, and we were to visit them, yes? That is correct. Though if I'm being completely honest here, I did tell just a tiny, just a small little fib regarding that matter. Oh boy. Oh, here we go. What did you lie about this time, old man? Oh, nothing big, I assure you. It's really nothing worth getting upset about. The truth is that no medical supplies were needed. They were not expecting any deliveries from Amadroni at all. I told you that because I knew Lashaw wouldn't want to leave campus simply to say hello to a bunch of strangers. You monster for Lil Drag! No! The memes are too strong! Man, you had that. You play like powered you up with the 69 every time, and then you just came in and just with the fucking 69, you monster frisbee. Holy shit.
I'm happy to meet you.
You know I die on the inside every time, Lil Drag. Thanks for following. Thank you, Lil Drag, though. Yeah, that was... Everyone give Lil Drag a huggers and play too. Everyone give huggers. Can it just be February already? I want to earn money again. Everyone, huggers! Grisea tomorrow, by the way. Yuji. You're Yuji now. It's over. God damn it. Alright. gonna try to keep going with the game and not deal with the memes. Little drag. She knows. She knows. Of course I wouldn't. What the hell kind of task is that? I didn't join the hunt to waste my time greeting your friends and business associates. Guys, please, back on topic, please. Pulls out loaf of bread to scared little drag. No. Bread with ketchup. What? Lil Drag's gonna be eating stuff when she comes over here and, you know. And then Chris is gonna feed her all this, all like bacon and bread. And it's gonna be over. Whether Ein lied about that or not is irrelevant. What's important is what happened afterwards. Ein, you said that your contact had urgent news for you regarding your village being discovered. Coincidentally, this news came right as you were about to go out and meet him. Is that correct? Yes, that is all correct. Did this contact... Fucking stop it! Let me read this fucking sentence. Did this contact of yours know you were planning to visit him in the near future? I swear to God. I swear to God, I'm gonna end the stream. 420. I'm sorry, you were saying no! The memes! Thank you, little try. Have you considered what routes you're doing first on Sabat? Only asking since Ditzy Demons Right. I have no idea what I'm doing in Sabat. I'm just going, and maybe my decision this next coming episode may or may not have helped anything. Fucking 420. Yes, he did. We've been arranging for me to pay them a visit for months now, but I kept putting it off due to the new semester starting. But he didn't know the exact date when you would be coming. No, prior to the two of us speaking on that day, there was no concrete date for my visit. Okay, alright. Okay, so to recap, so you all understand, your contact had urgent news for you, yet he didn't inform you about it until you called him yourself. You've been putting the visit off for months, and you didn't agree on a specific date ahead of time, so he couldn't have possibly known that you would call up. On those 2 points alone, it seems like he either purposely withheld information from you, or waited until you were going to leave the academy before saying anything. Was that what I'm... I swear to God, if it's more memes... I hope we're not annoying you. Don't look at my real name. Play! Or should I say... No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Dude, if we met Play in real life, which, you know, it might happen in one day, I'm still gonna call him Play. I'm still gonna call him Play. Still gonna call Lil Drag. I'm gonna call... everyone just their username. I'll kill myself. Chris would actually love your real name. Because your real name is one of his favorite characters of all time. Just throwing that out there. Oh no. Well, Play can tell you his name. I'm not going to say it, but I'll call Play Eugen. God damn it. Thanks for following, by the way. All right. So this was all a hoax from one of my father's idiot friends. Now, let's not jump to conclusions. He wouldn't play a prank like that. In fact, none of my associates would do anything that heinous. I don't believe that for a second. I think you're both overlooking something very important here, specifically the matter of this man's motive. Suppose for a second that this isn't a prank. What other motivation might this man have for lying to Ein like this? Revenge, perhaps? I can clearly see someone wanting to take my father down a few pegs. I know I do. Eugene? I don't even respond to DM anymore. So you calling me that wouldn't work? It's just like, who? It's like, oh, my real name. God damn it. No, your name's Eugene. I'd like to think that a surprise party is more likely. Who would want to get revenge on little old me? Principal, please take this more seriously. It's your village at stake here, you know. That is assuming you aren't the liar here. Whoa! You think my father lied about this village being discovered? It's a possibility. Thoughts? Sable, I can understand why you would want to take the rule out every suspect approach, but really, I'm afraid I must agree. If there's one thing my father would not lie about, it's the well-being of our village. Okay. Just making sure, just backing up. Dude, if Play's real name was Billy Williams, that would be amazing. Billy Williams, but he's like, it's Play, so. Tao has best name. Aw. I feel like Tao hates his actual name. Feels Tao, man. Okay, just making sure. If we go back to assuming that Ein's contact is the one at fault, we need to figure out his motive. Is it personal? Does he want to shame or otherwise harm Ein for whatever reason? You can already see Play go out and get himself a name change. Who would want to change their name if it was Billy Williams? I wouldn't. Or is he being forced to do so? Is someone blackmailing him or otherwise coercing him into lying to Ein? While it pains me to say this, the latter is a distinct possibility. When you have an entire village of demi-humans under your care, manipulation becomes frightfully simple. One would only need to take a few of the weaker villages as hostages, or threaten to leak the location of the village itself. My contact would not risk the safety of others under his care simply to protect me. If it's for their sake, he'd happily throw me to the wolves. That's troubling. If someone is pulling the village leader's strings in order to target my father, then the possibilities are endless. It could be someone who wants to assassinate my father in order to send a message. Or to frame him and shame Amadronia Academy. They could just be someone who hates elves. Oh, we are getting... Why? Can we not? I'm not sorry. Why is... I'm done. The memes have consumed my soul now. You and Play backing me with the memes. Jesus. Thank you for the memes. Back when Todd first told me he told me he could see my IRL name through donations. So hard remembering all the donations I made to you. So at least it doesn't like pop up on the screen. I also like how the bit literally perfectly covers Ein's face. That's amazing. Why the fuck is there a route for a character with as much personality as Panbread? I'm referring to the chest. Wow! Feels bad. Preparing hanger steaks? What's a hanger steak? Terracult! Nom nom nom. Without knowing who's behind this, it's difficult to discern their motives. Okay, let's just take a step back for a second. Someone wants Ein to think his village is in trouble. Naturally, their motive is to make him leave Amadroni Academy. But he didn't. To that end, they waited until he was about to leave the academy anyway. Then they spread him misinformation in an attempt to drag him much farther away and for a longer period of time. The question here is, what the hell do they hope to achieve? I don't like his face, to be honest. He's got a nice face. He's an elf. What do you want? He's like Legolas. Every elf has a Legolas face. You know? No, before that, are they even targeting the principal himself? Or do they simply desire his absence? While it's impossible to be certain, I believe that it is me they are after rather than Amadronia. Amadronia Academy can function just fine without me. I made sure that the academy is autonomous. It's automatic. And that my absence will have very little impact on its day-to-day operations. That being said, if they aren't targeting me directly, then there is one other possibility which comes to mind. Near automata! Sable. Oh, okay. If you look at it correctly, it kind of looks like he tried to swallow an iron hole and it just fused into his skull. What? That escalated quickly. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Right. Fucking hate stupid. Okay, whoever is behind this likely believed that I would head straight to my village in order to ensure its safety. It's unlikely, but in the case that my village is the target, then we have led them straight here. In attempting to protect this village from discovery, we have instead unveiled its location. Okay, guys, calm down for a second. Fucking poop bits. Did I say the poop bits? You know what? What do you think, Nekomiki-chan? Would you go on a date with Ein, Nekomiki-chan? Or Lasha? What do you think? I'm just saying because we're just saying all elves are attractive, right? Before you go into panic mode, let's think about this rationally. Let's just say that uncovering the location of this village really was their main goal. How would they locate it? Would they follow us day and night as we walk through the forest? What would they do for supplies? How would they even avoid our detection? I'd prefer dating Ein. It's unsettling to think that we may have been followed, but let's be realistic here. Tracking an elf through a thick forest by walking all day and night, all while avoiding detection for several days in a row, has got to be exceedingly difficult, unless it's another elf. What do you think about that? Do either of you know anyone with those kinds of skills? Anyone who holds a grudge against Ein and has the talent needed to track Lasha through the forest unnoticed? Dude, her face is like she is unsettled as fuck right now. No, nobody comes to mind. Only an elf could track another elf through the forest without being detected. Yup, see? GPS. Sounds like elves are screwed and it's all Sable's fault. It wouldn't even be Sable's fault. It'd be Ein's fault, technically. I have no enemies of elven descent. None who are still alive, at least. What do you... Well, that's a Monka-S. What do you mean, Ein? Have you just been systematically killing your fucking enemies? If you actually mean what you just said, then that leaves only one possibility. The presence of a dark elf. Ah, fuck. Shit. Ein's eyes open wide in response to Lasha's conclusion. LaShaw herself appears to be serious, and there's no indication that she is joking or making light of the situation. It's the only way to ensure they don't kill him. Among those of us present, only I fail to understand the severity of LaShaw's words. A dark elf, you say? A dark elf? What's that? Some term you came up with for evil elves? Oh my God, Sable. I know he's doing the smug face, so he's just joking around, but I feel like this is no joking matter. No.
I am happy to
While I can see how you might reach that conclusion, the truth of the matter is that dark elves are simply elves with dark skin. Oh. Okay. So you really do mean it like that. Charcoal chocolate. Hello, Dr. William Smash. I mean, I know you were here, but hope you have a good day too. You know? You've been, Baltholomew. Is dark elf, normal elf thing racist because he never seen a different color elf other than white unless they're dark elves? Oh, you really mean it? I didn't realize racism even existed among elves. I don't think for them it's being racist. I think it's just, it's not like they're, I don't know. I feel like if you were to say, like, if they were just to call them black elves, like, doesn't that sound, I don't know. Doesn't that sound more racist than saying dark elves? Or am I just, I don't know, man. I would, like, you could just call them, I mean, and then you have D&D where dark elves are known as drow. Like, they're like, called something different. Elves' lives matter. I guess it's a, yeah, see, it's racist. Yeah, we could just call them black, even though they're brown. Alright. It doesn't. Okay, so it's not. Yeah, see? The color of a dark elf's skin is not natural, nor does it indicate lineage, or anything else beyond an elf's control. Rather, it is the result of living away from the forest for an extended period of time, and forsaking one's own roots. So, just like the two of you. Not quite. One of the reasons for Amadronia Academy's location is its proximity to the forest. When I am not in my office, I am in the forest, communicating with nature as I always have. Oh, only elf I was into was Asuna in SAO. Nakamaki-chan! Dark elves are those who have turned their backs on nature, and have instead chosen to favor civilization. The right way! They usually hide themselves in human cities, often working as mercenaries, all the while cloaking their faces so as to avoid being outed as elves. I see. A mercenary, huh? If that's the case, then we're right back where we started from. Not quite. If even one of our deductions is correct, then we have something to work with. I will speak to my contact and convince them to give up what they know, offering protection as compensation. While I'm doing that, I want the two of you to head back into the forest and see if you can find any evidence that you were followed. Alright. I don't know about this. So Dark Elves simply spend a lot of time in direct sunlight, aka tanning, I guess. That's gonna be difficult. If they avoided our detection all this time, won't they continue to do so? Not necessarily. I may have failed to notice anybody's presence before, but that's only because I never thought that we were being followed. If we return to the forest for the purpose of searching rather than traveling, I'm certain we'll find something. Should we fail to even find anything then, we shall resort to enlisting the aid of the villagers. Our pursuer might be able to avoid detection from one elf, but nobody can escape from a few hundred of us. Alright. I don't know about this plan. Ooh, hold on. Oh! In spite of LeShaw's enthusiasm and confidence, our first search operation ends without success. Well, I feel like we're still not going to find anything. Even with LeShaw using wide area search magic, scouring hundreds of meters in every direction at any given time, she doesn't find a thing. There are barely any life forms at all out there, let alone anything humanoid, and the only elves she manages to locate are villagers who are just strolling through the forest. After many hours of searching, LeShaw finally concedes defeat and suggests that we return to her home to rest. Nothing. All of that time searching, and I have absolutely nothing to show for my efforts. Is there even a dark elf out there to begin with? You are probably just wrong, like usual. Baka, Etchy, Virgin, LeShaw. Uh-oh, she's doing the pouty-faced hair, Colt. What do you think? Hey, don't take your frustration out on me. As I recall, you're the one who suggested the presence of a dark elf, not me, because I didn't even know dark elves existed. That is true. However, I was merely following your lead at the time, so it was ultimately your fault. Fine, whatever. It's my fault that you didn't find anything. But, you know, thinking about it rationally, we were probably never going to find them. If our stalker's goal was the village, then they would have succeeded the moment they laid eyes on it. They would have literally no reason to stick around afterwards. Assuming we were followed here, our stalker is probably long gone by now. Yes, that does make sense. No matter how much time we spend searching, we cannot find what isn't there. And even if we did find evidence of someone's presence, it will be meaningless if we can't cut them off. So, what should we do? Contact your father and see if he's learned anything? Probably hasn't. Are we sure Narm isn't being crusty and plotting something evil? Dude, Narm working with the Dark Elves to kill the elves in this village, and then Narm single-handedly kills the Dark Elves. The dream! And it'll be called Narm's Forest Elfin Adventure. And it'll just have Narm on the front cover, where he's got a dark elf head in one hand and a normal elf in the head in the other hand, because he ripped their heads off. No, thanks for hosting Night Slasher. So what should we do? Oh, I read that. Why was I about to start? I thought I clicked. I didn't click. We might as well. We certainly aren't getting anywhere on our end. And then he takes all the credit for wiping the yum. Having gained LeShaw's consent, I open my terminal and attempt to contact Ein once more. Oh, Sable, what a coincidence. I was just about to call you. Not having much luck, I take it? Is that obvious, huh? Yep. One look at my dear daughter's face tells me all I need to know. Don't act like you know everything, old man. Baka. Magnus and that fucking emo. I bet you came up empty on your end, too. And you would lose that bet, oh faithless daughter of mine. You found something? Yes, in a manner of speaking. It took longer than I would care to admit to persuade my contact, but he inevitably gave up what little he knew. Well, what did you find out? Is there a dark elf lurking in the shadows? Should we alert the villagers? No, there is no need for that. As we initially surmised, it seems their target is me, not the village. The plan was to lure me in the middle of nowhere using misinformation about our village, then kidnap me. What they had planned after that, I could only speculate. The important thing is, as far as I'm aware, the village is not in danger. Whew, okay, well, so we were the scapegoats, and oh my god. Well, someone has to do it, not real Chris. Oh god! Oh, hold on. Oh, stretching. All right. Whew, that's a relief. So I didn't fail after all. It is simply that there was nobody tracking us from the beginning. Apparently, yes. Sheesh. I can't believe I let the words of a human go to my head like that. So much for playing detective, Sable. It seems you were wrong after all. Hey, I'm just... That is not stretching. It is! Though if your plan was to scare me, you certainly succeeded in doing so. Yeah, sorry about that. Not sharing in LaShaw's joy, I repeat the principal's words inside of my head, trying to find any inconsistencies or points of interest. Even if there is no mercenary waiting for us in the forest, that doesn't mean this ordeal's over. With that being the case, I feel it is safe to have you, the two of you, return to the academy as soon as you are able. But you will probably end up getting kidnapped and forced to be ransomed. Probably. Oh my god. Dude, I'm wondering where this route can go. Like, oh. You might as well stay in the village overnight, given the time of day, but tomorrow morning, I expect you two to... You two with... Begin to... You expect you to begin, Brain. Space Marines, heading back to Amadronia bright and early. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna get kidnapped. Guaranteed. It's a guaranteer. She does like to rub Sable's nose and things, doesn't she? Yup. Yup. With night supposedly upon us, most of the elves in the village return to their homes. It's still bright outside thanks to the artificial lighting, but it seems the elves all have finely tuned body clocks, or some method of telling when it's time to sleep. I don't know, maybe feeling tired? Personally, I'm not feeling it. I find it difficult to fall asleep when I'm surrounded by light, and the lack of darkness makes it tricky for my body to know what to do. On the other hand, given the physical stress and mental exhaustion I've been accumulating lately, I don't think I'll have any trouble falling asleep tonight. Tired or not, I must admit, I'm looking forward to sleeping on a real bed again. What exactly am I sleeping on? After camping out in the forest these past few days, even something as mundane as sleeping on a bed is enough to excite me, if you know what I mean. LaShaw will presumably take her own bed, leaving me with her father's, which may not be ideal, but certainly isn't worth complaining about. Or she's gonna do that thing where, you could sleep with me, but it's not like I like you or anything, Baka! And then Terraco will be like, woo! You know. He probably hasn't slept in it in a few decades anyway. And it's not like Ein will be sleeping beside me, though that would be pretty sweet. As long as his bed is comfortable, that'll be enough for me. I walk around the house for a moment, attempting to locate my temporary bedroom. In doing so, I manage to identify the individual rooms of the surprisingly small house. LaShaw's bedroom, Ein's bedroom, the bathroom, and living room. Bedrooms are both small, as is the bathroom. Only the living room seems to be of notable size. Compared to the luxury of Amadronia Academy, this house is a pretty big step down. Oh well, it may be small, but I ain't about to badmouth somebody else's home. Besides, this is still leagues ahead of sleeping outside. Now that I think about it, this house isn't much smaller than mine. For two people, both of whom will only be staying one night, this is plenty. Rationalizing my doubts away, I check the rooms once more. LaShaw's bedroom and Ein's bedroom. Which is which? Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Wee woo, red alert. Fucking, here it comes. I'm not entirely sure. Are both empty? Are both empty, as is the bathroom. Being the only person present in the living room, I'm certain that LaShaw isn't here either. Just you fucking wait, buddy. I'm waiting. Let's steal Ein's shit. With every room checked and no word of LaShaw prior to her departure, I have no idea where my companion has gone. Forget it, she's probably just talking to other villagers or getting naked in her room, and I'm gonna come in on her, and it'll be a Monka TOS moment. But it'll be great, because then she's gonna do the soon thing, where she fucking freaks out, gets right in the face, throws shit at us, you know. Or not even necessarily throw shit at us. She might even do magic and kill us. I don't know how long it's been since LaShaw last came here, or how many friends she has in this village, but I'm sure even LaShaw must feel giddy about this short homecoming. Oh, okay. We're good. Deciding against my better judgment to take a peek outside, I slowly open the door. Cautious of any sharp-eyed elves ready to strike me down, my footsteps remain light, and I steady my breathing. Okay, that's not what happened. The cliche did not happen. We're good. We're good. Come in on her? Well, I'm feeling like that's a bad choice of word at all. Now, if I said, come on her, then, that's different, but... Good evening, Sable. I was wondering when you'd join me. And of course my efforts are rendered moot in a heartbeat. So you are out here, LaShaw. What are you doing, hanging around in front of your own house like this? Nothing special. I was just watching over the village. Jeez, someone sure is vigilant, huh? No, not like that. I meant it literally. I've been watching the masses thin out and the streets gradually become empty as everyone turns in for the night. Perhaps it's because I've adapted to a different sleeping schedule during my time at Amadronia, but I'm afraid I simply do not feel tired. I didn't think I could change so much in such a short amount of time, and yet, evidently I have. Without realizing it, I've acclimated to the world outside of this forest. It's not an ecchi novel, so we good. It has its moments sometimes, but not like, mostly ticks. Because she's naked all the time. And we're just so used to it. A sad smile adorns LaShaw's face as she contemplates her own situation. Having lived away from her home village, LaShaw has naturally adapted to her new environment. In doing so, however, a rift has formed between herself and the other villagers. Words are hard. Can Voss English? Nope. Their differences may be only minor right now, but if LaShaw continues to live at Amadronia, they will surely grow farther and farther apart. LaShaw, are you regretting your decision to come to Amadronia? Whoa! Well, what makes you think that? Why would I regret my pursuit of higher education? You don't need to act tough, LaShaw. There's no shame in being homesick. There are many students who just drop out of the academy for that exact reason. In fact, we've already lost half our grade, and we've barely been 1 month into the semester. If you were to say that you wanted to remain here, nobody would think poorly of you. Aww. Tix is a pocket waifu. Perhaps you are correct. My time at Amadronia hasn't been as loathsome as I feared it might be, but it is certainly not where I wish to live out my days. Here in this village, surrounded by my own kind, living a peaceful life devoid of conflict, that is what I desire. My breathing stops for a moment as I hear LaShaw's reply. Despite the fact that I was the one who raised the subject, I feel an inexplicable sense of unease as LaShaw agrees with me. The idea of LaShaw staying here and never returning to Amadronia isn't a pleasant one. I guess I should have expected that response. LaShaw's always talking about how superior elves are and how foolish everyone and everything else is compared to what she's used to. Add that to the fact that she's homesick, and it's no surprise that she'd want to leave Amadronia. Though saddened by the thought of leaving LaShaw behind, just as we're starting to get along, I still muster the resolve to breathe a deep sigh and put on a cheerful smile. I understand. If that's what you want, then I won't get in your way. I'll be sad to see you go, but if staying here will make you happy, then... What are you talking about? I'm not going anywhere. Eh? She was just talking about. She's not gonna... I didn't think she was gonna do it. Stunned, I stared at LaShaw blankly, unable to comprehend what she just told me. But you just said... This may be where I belong, but that doesn't mean I'm going to spend my entire life here. My plan has always been to leave this village, learn about the outside world, and then return once I've had my fill. Like a pilgrimage of sorts, if you will. Right now, there's still far too much out there for me to see and for me to do. There's no way I can settle down just yet. I will see my education at Amatronia through all the way to the end of my 6th year. You have my word. Damn. I breathe a sigh of relief as I gaze upon Lashaw's confident smile. As I should have suspected from the beginning, it seems that Lashaw's convictions are much stronger than her emotional ties to her home. Without forgetting about her village, she will continue to study at Amatronia. Only once she's satisfied with what she has learned will she return to her old life once more. Alright. Well, that's a relief. For a second there, I thought you were going to quit the academy. Due to a feeling of longing? Don't be absurd. I shan't abandon my education for such a trivial reason. Yep, should have figured that much. Chicken Express. Go get that Chicken Express. Guys, okay, hold on. I gotta tell you guys about this amazing deal. Chicken Express has a deal right now for January where you get literally 15 chicken tenders and 4 rolls or biscuits for $10. 15! You get a big thing of gravy too, like a giant thing of gravy. 15 tenders! That's a steal! At Chicken Express, it's only available to us. Like watching your channel, because you can lift my spirit, and I thank you for that. Well, I'm just happy I can entertain people and help people, and, you know, make them go through some hard times. It makes me feel all inside. All that junk food ain't good for you. It's Chicken Express. Jeez. It's not, you could be eating much worse than fried chicken. I feel it's better than like Whataburger, fucking McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, all these other places. What are you smoking? Play. Listen, when you want to die, everything's good for you. Right? Am I right? Play. Wink. You're one of my favorite channels. You do visual novels with the perfect voice to do it. Well, thank you. I think I sound monotone, but no, but in terms of body health, actually KFC is less than Chicken Express. Chicken Express is the better version of KFC, in my opinion. I've had both. I will say KFC has better mashed potatoes though. Mashed potatoes and gravy. I'll give them that. And they have more options in general, but you know, Starbucks, Wendy's, Burger King. What? Dunkin', McDonald's for the ratings. McDonald's is always at the bottom. It's usually like McDonald's and Taco Bell. Taco Bell are usually at the bottom. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Of course they use real meat, Play. They use roach meat. Anyway, yeah, I figured as much. Now I'm super hungry. Guys, we gonna get food after this? Because I'm starving and and if you do happen to feel homesick, I suppose you could always learn Terminal and contact the villagers that way. Which you haven't actually learned Terminal yet, so 2 chicken places near me and they're permanently closed. Oh. Leave for 5 minutes and come back to food talk. Stop it, I don't have any food. We're taking you to Chicken Express. Dunkin' used to be Dunkin' Donuts before they dropped the donuts because Coffee Creep made... I didn't even know they took off the donuts. Feels bad. In a village filled with naturally gifted maids, surely there's at least one person here capable of using that spell. Sable, I appreciate what you're trying to make me feel better, but please think before you speak. If there were at least one resident here capable of using that spell, do you think we would have come out all this way, only to find that nothing is wrong? Oh. Right. I stupid. Yeah, come to think of it, if any of the elves here were capable of using Terminal, we wouldn't be in this mess to begin with. Your father would have contacted one of them, realized that there was nothing wrong, and we never hear about any of this. In that case, should I just teach one of the elves here how to use Terminal before we leave? Might save us making any unnecessary trips in the future. Good luck trying to teach them anything. Wow, why'd you say it like that? Dunkin' still sells donuts, but they want people to know they sell other things too. I got roast beef, some chicken, a piece. King. Some roast beef, some chicken, a pizza. Remember, it was like, where's my drink? My diet Dr. Kelp? Dude, Squidward was a champion at the end of that episode. He fucking went up and just shoved that pizza in that dude's mouth. Like, fuck you, dude. God damn it. Elves may excel when it comes to using magic, but that does not mean we are all prodigies or scholars. Most elves have no desire to learn new spells, or to hear about other cultures. Their ambitions start and end with the boundaries of their respective villages. That's a little close-minded, don't you think? Any spell taught by a human, especially one which would link them to the outside world, would likely be seen as heresy. Heresy! Get the Space Marines! Oh, okay then. That bad, huh? I'm afraid so. My father and I are far from the norm in that regard. We have not only departed from our village, but also chosen to pursue knowledge for which we have no need, and which was neither cultivated nor passed down by other elves. For all of our power and intellect, elves are surprisingly disinterested creatures. Most of us are neither inquisitive nor ambitious in the slightest. Heresy? Where's Crusader? Crusader's here somewhere. He needs to start a crusade. The Krusty Krab pizza, pizza, the Krusty Krab, yeah. Honestly, it was that frustrating gap between myself and the others of my kind which spurred my thoughts on at attending Amadronia. Huh. That's quite a lot to take in. I'm actually feeling rather disillusioned towards elves at this point. God, elves suck. Still, I never thought I'd hear you speak ill of your own race, considering you usually prattle on about elves. I do not prattle. I merely correct your misunderstandings as you convey them, Baka. Furthermore, I'll have you know that I am a fair and impartial judge. I may speak highly of the strengths of elves, but that does not mean I am overlooking our weaknesses. Elves are flawed, just like any other race. We simply have the tact to keep our flaws to ourselves, and not to spread misfortune in our wake. Alright. What's up, Prussia? Prussia. Oh. The day your kind does the same, I will re-evaluate mankind. Sadly, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Yeah, that's a big old nope. Mankind has sought the thrill of conquest for centuries. To this very day, we're still destroying demi-human settlements, and even attacking our fellow human beings, all in order to expand our territory. For a species as obsessed with war as mankind, because we like killing and taking other people's land, learning to mind our own business doesn't seem like something we'll ever do. Not willingly. We just like killing. Elves and mankind both just need to die. Because they're the most human. Anyway, enough about my brethren. Tell me about yourself, Sable. Me? Yes, that's right. You've now visited my village, you're acquainted with my father, and you've heard all about my situation. Isn't it about time you told me about yours? Well, I mean, I don't mind if that's what you want, but it's really nothing interesting. It may not be interesting to you, but I'd still like to hear it. Alright, if you insist. My life was... he just has a flashback. My life was actually pretty normal when I was younger. My parents lived in a small town, bigger than this village, but not much smaller than Amadroni Academy, in a house slightly larger than yours. I attended school every day. I made friends. There was nobody whom I grew particularly close to, but I wasn't an outcast either. Is it me? I don't think the audio's cutting out. I hope not. What the fuck, keyboard? What's going on here? Is the audio... Okay, audio's fine. God, I hate when someone says that. That freaks me out. Just a normal human kid in a normal human city. While it may not sound interesting, it does seem as though you at least led a peaceful life. Yeah, you can say that. Until I awakened as a mage, at least. And I killed everyone I loved. What? Right, that would be a significant event for a human being. For elves, it is a natural stage of one's growth during childhood, but for a human child... Yeah, it was pretty awkward. To be perfectly honest, the first time I used magic, I thought I was either cursed or I was going crazy. Human children aren't expected to use magic, so we aren't taught about it at all. Magic is just something we see on TV or hear stories about. It's something that a hero uses to fight evil, or what Santa uses to deliver presents to children after he buys them at the store. Sorry, but it's fine. It looks like Play is getting the brain malfunction. God. Oh, no, resist urge to stretch. As far as mages and demi-humans are concerned, we're left completely in the dark. That sounds difficult. Even children are taught everything they need to know by their parents or other members of the village. There is no need to wonder, and there are no questions which go unanswered. Everything we need is granted to us without delay. Ha! Oh, I'm envious. Things are never that easy for a human child who awakens as a mage. Not in this century, at least. Magic is something we can't use freely out of fear of becoming outcasts or worse. Most human mages keep their powers secret, even ever fearful of the repercussions of being caught. Of course, when I say most, I am naturally not included in that generalization. When I discovered that I could use magic, I didn't try to hide it. In fact, I started practicing it right away. 'Cause fuck it. Santa's the true mage. Santa's real. Who else believes it's real? Nope. Much to the chagrin of my parents, I might add. Even when they told me to stop, I never did. Oh, so Sable the Bookworm was once a young hellraiser. You fucking know it. Then once I started, I couldn't be stopped. I began to borrow books on magic, search the internets, and utilize every resource available to me. Sable smug face. I'm gonna leave for a bit. It's really laggy for me. My computer sucks. Oh. See you later. Unfortunately, most of the books and articles online pertaining to magic are just works of fiction. Pretty much everything I found was fantasy. Stuff originating from novel series, television shows, movies. None of it was real. When I came to that realization, I decided it was time to start figuring it all out myself. Narm became a battle wizard. Or just wants to become a battle wizard. You tried to deepen your understanding of magic all on your own, without anyone to guide you or any materials from which to learn. I didn't just try, I succeeded. The first spell I ever cast was one I created myself, as was the second, and the third, and so on. Of course, it was when I found a book outlining the spell terminal that things really got underway. But that isn't what you want to hear about, is it? You wanted to hear about my family and hometown and stuff, right? Sorry, I don't have that anymore. I'm not a young man anymore. Ugh. And I'm also... Oh, water! Oh, it's so good. You know when the water goes in your mouth and you're like, oh, and then you go, and then it slides down your throat. Oh my God. There's no need to apologize. Hearing about your awakening as a mage was quite intriguing. It is something rather ordinary for elves, so I never even considered how difficult or exciting it might be for others. Huh, I'm glad you feel that way. Anyway, back to the boring stuff. Let's see, family composition's pretty simple. My parents are still together, don't have siblings. Hometown's average, my house is average. Honestly, it's all totally normal and boring. Being boring isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'd take a boring life over a raised village any day. How about your relationships with your family? Are you on good terms? I suppose, though I kind of did drive my parents crazy for a long time there. When I started to become obsessed with researching magic, I'd lock myself in my room for days on end, refusing to come out. I saw that, CG. If my parents tried to pull me out, I'd cast a sleeping spell on them, and that'd be the end of that. Wow. You cast sleeping spells on your own parents? Actually, that isn't a bad idea. The next time my father tries something stupid, I ought to take that into consideration. You have my approval as long as you don't tell him where you got the idea. Actually, while we're on the subject of your parents... Oh... Sable, no! Yes, I remember. I was going to tell you about my mother, wasn't I? Oh, that's what I wanted to know about. LaShaw falters for a second as I turn the conversation in her direction once more. Despite her willingness to speak about her mother earlier, it seems LaShaw is having second thoughts. It's fine if you don't want to tell me. I'm not going to force you. Time to go to work, bye all. Goodbye, Joseph Ferry, with the 1,000-bit drop. Have a good day at work, and we'll see you later. No, I'll tell you. I said I would, and I have no intention of going back on my word. That being said, if it's all the same to you, I'd rather leave that conversation for another time. Yeah. Oh, water. You know how, whenever you drink anything and you go, why do people always go, ah? Like, what does that do? Does it, like, release some sort of shit? Is that how you release your love for what you just drank? It's getting late, and all this talking has worn me out, because talking is really hard. There's no rush, LaShaw. Whenever you're ready, I'll hear you out. Starting tomorrow, we're going to be spending a lot of time doing nothing but walking anyway. It'd be good to have at least a few topics in reserve. Yes, I suppose you're right. Well then, I don't know about you, but I'm just about ready to turn in for the night. I'll be sleeping in my bedroom, of course, and you may take your father's. No complaints here. I'm just about ready to go to bed myself. The more I see LaShaw, the prettier she becomes. I'm not tired, but I am feeling pretty cold. This place really cools down once the sun sets, huh? Indeed. Even if you cannot see it through the treetops, the sun is still our village's primary source of warmth. Now, let us go back inside and prepare for bed. We have another long day of travel ahead of us tomorrow, where we may or may not get kidnapped, so I want you to rest well while you can. Yes, ma'am. Good night, LaShaw. Goodbye. LaShaw heads back inside first, leaving the door open just wide enough for me to sneak in afterward. Before I do so, however, I take one last look around at the village. LaShaw's birthplace, the village which Ein once led, a community of xenophobic elves who begrudgingly tolerate my presence. You know the Xenos? Like aliens? Oh, the Aliens mobile game! Haha. They took a page out of Blizzard's book. It's a place unlike anything I've ever seen before, and in all likelihood, one I'll never see again. After we leave this place, LaShaw will return in 6 years, but I, on the other hand, will not. Even if the elves of this village have experience dealing with humans, that isn't the same as wishing to coexist with them. I am welcome here as a guest, not as a resident. Unlike LaShaw, I do not belong here. Feels bad. Forget it. There's no point in getting depressed over something like that. I came here to ensure the village's safety, not to become one of its residents. If the village is safe, then my work here is done. Dude, when they were like, oh, we're gonna make a new Aliens game and it's gonna be great, I was like, alright. And that was like a Five Nights at Freddy's fucking rip-off mobile game. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, I mean, I won't play it, but I'm sure others will. I'm sure others will enjoy it. You know? It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted at all. Press F in chat. Reluctant to get out of bed, I toss and turn for an embarrassingly long amount of time before I can finally muster the resolve to get up. It seems that sleeping on the ground for a few nights left a greater impression on me than I'd imagined. After only one night in a real bed, I feel like I've been brought back from the brink of death. Apparently they're working on something else. Yeah, I heard, but I don't know. Could be another mobile game. Could be 2 mobile games. Yeah, it's incredible how many game companies are shooting themselves in the foot. Maya! What are you doing here, Maya? You're never here. You're bored, aren't you? That's why you're here. While my accumulated fatigue and mental exhaustion may yet linger, I'm undeniably in a better state than I was yesterday. Oh, back to life at last. It's like when you sleep, you're just dead. And then when you wake up, you're like, hello, world of the living. No. Yes. This is all I ever hear Maya lately is, I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm not here because I'm bored. And then she watches fucking amputee hentai porn. All right, this is the woman that I'm with. I'm here to tell you that my mom finally got the package. Whoa! I demand pictures. I don't believe you unless I see pictures. I don't believe you, Maya. She what? If you don't send me pictures, I'm gonna be real upset. I need to drink some water. I don't only watch amputee porn. She watches all sorts of shit. Maya, where's my pictures, huh? Or do you not have the package yet? Did she just get it and is gonna get it to you? Remember when I drew hentai? Now I have to go back to the... You do! You're an art major now! I finished watching Euphoria. God damn it. Alright. Your father's bed was a bit hard for my liking, but compared to sleeping on the ground, it was like heaven. Oh, I'll navigate. Fuck! Maya! Fucking watching Euphoria. She wants me to do what they did to the girls in Euphoria to her, and I just can't. No, she doesn't. She doesn't. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. What about midget amputee porn? What do you think? Of course, you would do well to not underestimate elven craftsmanship. We measure the longevity of our dwellings and furniture in centuries, not years. You'll find only the highest quality goods in this town. Yeah, it shows. Note to self, don't compliment anything else in this village. If Lashaw's ego inflates anymore, she's gonna explode. Why, Scott? Getting hard thinking about it. I mean, seems interesting. I need to stop leaving. Little Dragon! Stay! Stop! God damn it. Fucking Maya. Brushing aside my own silly thought, I grab my backpack at the start and start to stretch my legs. But at least the package did show up. I thought it didn't, so at least that's a thing. Alright, let's get this over with. The sooner we start walking, the sooner I could collapse onto my bed back in Amadronia. Oh, that's rather prompt of you. Are you sure you wouldn't like to eat or bathe before we depart? Nah, the more I indulge myself, the worse I'll feel when I'm deprived of those indulgences later. I suppose that's one way of looking at it. Be that as it may, I do not share your feelings. I, for one, plan to at least bathe before we depart. Wait there, I shan't be long. Unless you want to bathe with me, Baka. Another gift. I know! Gotta wait till my mom comes home and bring it to me. I wonder what it is. I hope it's a dip. Well, I'm saying I'm just glad that the package is there. Maya! I'll beat you up. Given no room to complain, LaShaw grabs her backpack and enters the bathroom. A moment later, I can hear the sound of clothes rustling, at which point I immediately turn away with red cheeks. Don't listen, Sable. You're a gentleman. You're like Gunta! Gunta was gentleman! And you are not the kind of man who fantasizes about what's going on behind closed doors. Find something to distract yourself with. If you do, time will fly by, and before you know it, it'll be time to leave. Ordering myself thusly, my gaze is drawn toward the bookshelf. Alright. You kept on crying about it. Yeah, because I was like, oh, she doesn't have it. Oh, her mom's still hasn't gotten it. Oh, if it's not actually there, I can't return it to get money back. You don't understand, Maya. Big Chungus. God damn it. Scanning the bookshelf from side to side, I see nothing which I can make sense of. The writing on the spines of the books appears to be an Elvish script. Whatever the case, it certainly isn't a language I understand. If I want to distract myself with literature, it'll have to be through my terminal. Fine then, terminal it is. Let's see now, what have I started reading but not yet finished? Probably the book. Books on magic beasts, one on Mandragora. Oh, I raise an eyebrow as I notice a certain book, the existence of which I had almost forgotten. The book I wrote! Well, that'll have to do. Lousy principal, don't fail me now! Desperate to block out the sounds resulting from Lashaw's shower, I open Ein's book and continue reading. Oh, I get to do more Bartholomew voice! Yes! I'm excited. With greater ease than expected, Ein soon adapts to life in Bartholomew's village. The stares of curious and frightened villagers lose their edge. They accept the Ein's presence in their village and no longer direct hostility towards him. Oh, the obligatory Discord link. Maya! I think it's time for me to leave. Why, Maya? Why? What happened? Maya. Maya. She liked when I did that to her. She liked when I did a lot of things to her, if you know what I mean. Ah! Got him. All right. My guy here. We'll play your games. That's Hiroshi. Is that you? That was a monk in TOS. Go on, get. Oh, the stares of curious or frightened villagers lose their edge. They accept Ein's presence in their village and no longer direct hostility towards them. Gotta read that again. The science behind mankind's recent advancements is explained to Ein, and what he cannot learn from Bartholomew, he reads about it in chronicles of human knowledge. Seemingly magical devices begin to make sense. Ein grows to understand how automobiles, kettles, firearms, our guns, and other such tools work. Master Roshi is who I strive to be. Dude, I love when he gets super, when he goes ripped. That's my favorite. Or Magnus. Same person, pretty much. Before he realized that, Ein's grown accustomed to human society. Oh god. But why? Why doesn't it work? You have tools imbued with magic, don't you? So why doesn't it work when I try to do it? He's so pissed. You're mistaken. The properties of our tools exist prior to any contact we make. The only time aether flows through our tools is when we are using them, and we reinforce these tools with our own power. So you're telling me that it's impossible? That only sorcerers can use magic tools? No, I'm saying that magic tools don't exist in the first place. I was like, I get that. There are certain artifacts which react to the existence of aether within within a being's body, but even they hold no power of their own. The power an artifact exhibits is that of its wielder. The tool itself is merely has instructions for its usage etched into it. Or onto it, rather. Space Marines. You strive to be the stickiest stick in the history of stick. Dude, fucking Magnus teaching Chris the ways of being Magnus. I like to think Magnus is just like sitting there in his rocking chair with like a wad of cash and some beer. And he's like, so you want to learn my ways, huh? He's also surrounded by diamonds and gold. But he's in the most casual outfit ever. And he's already drunk. He's like, so you want to learn my ways, huh? Well, gotta go, mealtime. All right, see you later. Denmark ain't got no real beer. Whoa! Well, you're from Germany. What the fuck? You can't get more real beer than Germany. That's what they're known for at this point. And a certain time in history that we don't talk about. But, you know. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. As their time together continues, Bartholomew and Ein engage in many discussions about magic, its origins, and its potential. While their discussions usually start off as friendly academic exercises, they all ultimately wind up going in the same direction. Bartholomew wants to know how he can combine magic and technology. He aspires to put magical tools in the hands of ordinary human beings. Unfortunately, even with Ein's input, Bartholomew's research doesn't advance in the slightest because that's not how it works. Rather be from Denmark than some self-flagellating Germany. Whoa! But then, what if I could somehow store Aether? If Aether was condensed into a battery and the tool was inscribed with glyphs, then anybody would be able to use magic. How naive. Do you even know how to read glyphs, the glyphs that you use? Do you know what each one represents or how it is used? As I understand it, all human knowledge pertaining to magic was inherited from many generations ago, and that information itself was stolen from other races like mine. With such rudimentary understanding of how magic works, you will never succeed in creating a magical artifact, let alone in mass-producing them. Wow, that's kind of messed up, buddy. You know what? How about I just extract all your magic? And he just starts attacking. Oh my god, dude. I refuse to accept that. Then keep trying. I won't stop you. Just don't expect me to spoon feed you all the answers you seek. Heated through though their discussions may grow, Ein and Bartholomew remain on good terms. They continue to live together, eat together, walk around town together, sleep together, and walk side by side for the sake of quelling the fears of the town's inhabitants. Together. Thankfully, despite Bartholomew's fear that witch hunters may come for him, Ein's role as a bodyguard remains untested. Nobody comes for Bartholomew, nobody wishes him harm or tries to execute him. His daily life is peaceful and unhindered by external parties. Bartholomew is able to gradually put his plan into motion. Monka S? Oh, she's back in her... She's not gonna take her mom's outfit that she was wearing? German gave us good beers. Yeah, German. Man, I can't do the alcohol thing. I can't do it. Like, my real mother was a drunk. My stepmother drank kind of a lot. And like, I don't know. It affected me so much. I'm just like, I can't drink. I can't drink. I don't want to. I never want to be like I never want to be drunk because I don't want to be not in control of myself. I don't want to be anyone that's not just me, you know. That's just how I see it. Yeah, no cigarettes, no weed, no nothing that can change who I am. Don't drink to get drunk. I don't even want to drink to drink. You know what makes you feel better? Prescribed medical drugs. That's right, kids. Never mind. Whew. If there's one thing I'll miss while we're walking through the forest, it's the luxury of taking a hot shower. Whew. My apologies for the delay. I fear I may have dallied longer than planned. No sooner have I finished reading another chapter of Ein's book. That was a chapter? Then LaShaw emerges from the bathroom. Donning her uniform once more, LaShaw stands before me with moist hair. A cheerful smile and more energy than I'll ever possess. Possess, not possess. Between getting pissed drunk because you think it's cool like a fucking retard and drinking just because it makes you a little more chill. I'm sure, you know, people can do. I just have bad experiences with that stuff. Not like me doing it, but you know. So I was just like, nah, that's something I don't want to become. Something I don't want to do. Some people take it a little too crazy. You know? A little bit too crazy. Alcohol's the only way to interact with people IRL because people IRL are disgusting. I mean, I interact with people not drunk or not alcohol, not without alcohol. Moist. No problem. I was just reading through your father's book to kill time. Oh, which one? I didn't realize we had any books written in English here. Oh no, that isn't what I meant. I continued reading the book that your father wrote, since I had already started reading it once before on my terminal. Oh, you mean the history of man and elf? That one? Have you read it? I started, but I never finished it. Or perhaps I should say, judging by the manner in which it ends, my father was the one who never finished it. It ends on a cliffhanger? It doesn't end at all, that's the problem. Well, I won't spoil it for you. You'll see what I mean for yourself soon enough, assuming that you decide to press on. Either way, that will have to wait until another day. For now, it is time, so we made ourselves scarce. Time to go, huh? Alright, I'm ready to go when you are. Let's get this over with. Back into the forest. Disgust. Moist. Oh. Blue dragon. Blue dragon, are you like little Drag's child? One of her children? Cause you're a dragon. And she's a dragon. So I just assume, and she's like top dog dragon, so I just assume you're one of the baby dragons. We need science. Little drag, wherever you are, tell me. Tell me, little drag. Tell me why. Without saying goodbye to any of the village residents, LaShaw and I head back to the forest from which we came. Once we start to walk, I use muscle reinforcement magic to strengthen my calves, and a similar strain of magic to harden the soles of my feet. Little drag wasn't even paying attention. It's fine, little drag. I feel like a decision's coming up here soon. I feel it, and Terra Cult better be ready. I also toy with the idea of putting myself in a trance-like state where my body will continue to move while my consciousness flies far away. Given my inexperience with such magic, however, the likelihood that I would end up hurting myself that it would be extremely high, so I ultimately decide against it. Okay, so... Man, there's got to be a quicker way to return to the academy than this. LaShaw, do you know any long-distance flight magic or teleportation magic? We've only been walking for an hour. It isn't the hour we've lost that I'm worried about. It's the 3 to 4 days that we're about to lose. I understand your impatience, but you'll need to bear with it. As I'm sure you know, teleportation magic is not a real thing. Which is a lie because the dragons can do it all the time. And flying as magic is far too exhausting to be used over long distances. So unless you feel like further bolstering your legs and running instead of walking, we're going to be in for a long trip. Yep, figured you'd say that. I zoned out thinking about food. I love food. Who doesn't love food, really, though? Chris, I don't know if you're still here, but think about it. Chicken tender pizza. What do you think? What do you think? Like, it's just the sauce, the cheese, the bread, like, you know, a pizza. But then it's just chicken tenders on top of it. That's the topping. Chicken Express chicken tenders. Why doesn't Sable enhance himself to turn himself into the Flash? I think it'd be too much strain on the body. Monka! That doesn't mean I'm about to stop looking for an alternative, though. Come on, Sable, put that brain of yours and come up with something practical for once. Think! Brain blast! That sounds like none of us possess the mouth capable of eating. I've seen how wide Ray can open his mouth. Dude, when Ray sleeps, he goes, his mouth fucking wide open. You can pop whatever the hell you want in there. Monk ass. If you could create powerful fireballs and manipulate gravity, then surely something like this. I've got it! Oh, there's the brain blast! Brain blast! LeShaw, do you remember the spell I used on our first day at Amatronia? I remember you screwing it up and getting yourself taken to the infirmary. Okay, yeah, well, Jimmy Neutron. I'm saying I'm gonna be able to. You could totally do it just fine. Before I lost control, I was creating a ball of high-density aether. Put simply, I was creating artificial gravity by compressing a massive amount of aether into a small spherical shape, all the while manipulating said aether to push itself inwards into itself. The basic idea was to create a sort of gravity ball, like a fireball, but it would crush anything that it touched, rather than burned it. That sounds quite dangerous, and nowhere near as simple as you seem to think. Skipping for a moment the question of why you'd use something so dangerous on your first day, right in the middle of a courtyard, full of first-year students, what relevance does such a spell have to our current predicament? That's not how gravity works. In this world, that's how it's magic play. Magic to... You can't explain magic with how the real world works. I close my eyes and shake my head from side to side. A baby. I am no baby. I am the master of all dragons. Well, we got a little dragon here that might change your mind on that one. Don't you see, LeShaw? We're talking about manipulating gravity. By countering Earth's gravitational pull, one might achieve weightlessness. Add to that a means of propulsion, and you can fly. Though, come to think of it, that would probably be quite tiring. Maybe a short burst would be better, creating a sort of slingshot effect. You really do want to die young, don't you? Pull your head out of the clouds and keep walking. Fantasizing about flight won't get us back to Amatronia any sooner. Marie, I need my anime world to be fully functional with real-world physics, or else it's a bad show. Yeah, also this game sucks. No H scenes. You're a blue-eyes toon dragon. Yeah, okay, I'll shut up and walk. But that doesn't mean I'll stop thinking about it. Oh god, here he goes. I discreetly alter my vision to the point where I'm able to see the flow of aether around us. Surely enough, this forest, untouched by man and inhabited by elves, is filled with dense, rich aether, perfect for spellcasting. For a mage trying out new spells, especially spells which are expected to quickly exhaust their own internal aether, a location like this is ideal. Hello, Shafu. The quantity is good. The quality is good. Just like those chicken tenders, if you know what I'm saying. The flow is consistent. This forest is exactly the kind of testing ground I've been looking for. There are a few abnormalities in the distance, but nothing worth worrying about. It's probably just one of the villagers out gathering food. As we continue to walk, we draw closer to the abnormalities I observed. Despite my conjecture, however, none of the villagers enter my line of sight, nor do I find anything else which would explain what I've seen. Uh-oh. Before long, I'm standing right in front of a tall tree, which seems to be absorbing an inordinate amount of aether. LeShaw, we might have a problem. This might be a dumb question, but are the trees in this forest sentient? What kind of idiotic nonsense are you babbling on about now? I know, but this tree here is... If you want to take a break that badly, just say so. My answer is going to be no either way. But at least if you're straightforward, I'll be able to give you a proper reply. What? You don't like my answer? I continue to stare at the tree in question. Focusing my eyes once more, I notice that the irregularities around the base of the tree have disappeared. On the other hand, the aether flowing around the branches higher up has now become distorted. What the fuck? This is, even though I can't see a thing, it seems like something has climbed up the tree, cloaking its presence with magic. LeShaw, would any of the villagers come out this far into the forest? And if they did, would they have any reason to climb up one of the trees? Good grief, Sable. Enough with the idiotic questions. Nobody's going to come out this far, all right? No elves, no magic beasts, no humans, absolutely nobody. Well, if that's the case, then what, enough already! Okay, LeShaw, you're about to get got by whatever's in the tree. Whatever game you're playing, I've had enough of it. Stop flapping your gums and start moving your feet before I leave you behind. Alright, LeShaw storms off in a huff, quickly leaving my side. Despite her outburst, however, I remain rooted to the ground, not moving a muscle. There's something here. I know there's something here. I just need to prove it. I apologize in advance for starting a fire in the forest, but right now, I have to be certain. Wait! What am I doing? Sable! You're gonna use fire in a forest? Oh my god. Creating a very small, weak fireball in my palm, I hastily launched the projectile towards the disturbance higher up in the tree. Thanks to the small size and low intensity of the fireball, it flies with exceptional speed and accuracy right along the projected trajectory. Despite the perfectly calculated flight of the fireball, however, its execution falls short. The fireball never reaches the branch at which I have aimed. Instead, it stops short of its mark, disrupted by something else a moment before it can do so. Ah ha ha. Ah ha 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 ha. Just as I'd feared, we're not alone. Uh-oh. Alright, I need water. Fuck. Bits! What an astute young man. And a human, no less. Color me surprised. An invisible mass begins to shimmer, right at the point where my fireball dispersed a minute ago. Not only is something up there, whatever it is, it can speak. Is it a high-level magic beast? Or a wild demi-human? LeShaw, help! Whatever it is, there's no way I can take it on alone. LeShaw, come here! You're still there, right? Yes, I'm still here. I didn't come back because I was worried about you, though, Baka. I just felt it would be safer to travel as a pair, that's all. You can play coy later. For now, look! I point to the shimmering mass I observed immediately prior to LeShaw's return. So what? It's a tree. Oh, fuck, for the love of fucking fuck's sake. Here! I quickly summon another fireball, just like the first, and hurl it at the exact same spot as before. Surprisingly, the creature does not move. It simply absorbs my attack, allowing its camouflage to shimmer under the heat of the fireball. There really is something hiding up there. Not just that, but it can speak! It can speak human! Not just human tongue. In fact, even now, Elven is still my favorite. It speaks. What manner of beast are you? Show yourself this instant! How scary. Listen to the prideful elf making demands of a perfect stranger. How is it that you can sound so arrogant when it was your companion, a mere human, who found me, while you yourself could not? The feats of one member of the team are shared amongst the entire team. That's not how it works, LeShaw! This ain't no goddamn MOBA! My failings are redeemed by my partner's vigilance, and vice versa. I'm not ashamed to admit that. How boring. I never thought I'd live long enough to see an elf rely on a human for support. How far the mighty have fallen. Whoa, fuck you, LeShaw. You say that, but the truth is that you're an elf yourself, aren't you? Oh? Sable, you think this being is... Now this is interesting. I feared that I might have wasted my time when that fool Ein sent his students to do his bidding. But it seems I was right to follow you after all. A moment after the being finishes speaking, a loud thump resounds from the base of the tree. Ah, fuck. Leaves crumble underfoot, giving way to the location of the being in question. Having already given up hiding its presence, the being slowly comes into view, discarding the camouflage it had used until this point. I knew it! You're an elf! A dark elf at that! Dun dun dun! Yeah, she's actually not that dark. It's not that dark. She's like a little tan, but, you know, that's about it. Good evil laugh. I pride myself on being able to be an evil character. Tanned elf. Correct you are, young human. Right on every point. I was surprised to see you walking side by side with an elf, and even more surprised to see you enter an elven village. But you know, the more you speak, the more I understand. There is a reason why Ein sent you to his village, and it wasn't simply to babysit that daft girl beside you. Enough! I will hear no further incense. I almost said incense. Shit! I will hear no further insults from you wench! Elf or not, I shall have you pay for making a fool of us. A fool of you mean? How demeaning it must be for you to travel beside a human who possesses more wit than you will ever have. Damn! LaShaw's about to lose her mind. She's already pissed. Look at this face. Rez! Ditch LaShaw. Go with her. Terracole, what do you think? What do you think, Terracole? I almost feel sorry for you. It's as though you don't even understand just how insignificant you really are. You contemptible old... LaShaw, stop! Can't you see she's baiting you? She's baiting... You know, okay, LaShaw. You know when you're playing League of Legends... I don't even know what League of Legends is. Okay, but here's the thing. You know when a character is playing very recklessly on purpose, and then you fall for it, and then their whole team shows up and kills you? Yeah, you just got baited. And that's what's happening. You're being baited. Indeed I am. You ought to listen to your human master, foolish girl. Doing so might just save your life. Stop talking down on me this instant. I am nobody's fool, and I do not recall anybody being my master. My father sent me here to put an end to your machinations, and now that I have found you, I will do just that. Your father? Those fits. You baited. Ein is your father. Why'd you say that? Why'd you say that? You just gave them more leverage. LaShaw, what the fuck? We're so fucked. It's over. It's all done. Did Terracole die? I think Terracole died, because he's probably about to make a decision here soon. I see. The Dark Elf's expression drops as LaShaw unveils her lineage. Upon hearing that LaShaw is her target's daughter, the Dark Elf loses her cheerful demeanor, and the playful attitude she exhibited until now disappears along with it. The only feeling I can now pick up on that is that that's malice. Tell me, daughter of Ein, how old are you? Why should I tell you that? Just answer the question. Fine. It's not like it's a secret. Whatever business it is of yours, I am 188 years old this year. How regrettable. Had the two of you simply passed me by, I would have allowed you to return to Amatronia unscathed. But now that I know who you are, that is no longer an option. Yep. Oh God, that is... Oh, this is Monka TOS! Monka TOS, help! Space Marines! Wee woo! It's over! With a snap of her fingers, the Dark Elf disappears. In her place is the tree that she had climbed moments ago, now thicker and taller than it was when we first walked by. Terrical, why'd you get food during this time? You missed out on so much. Terrical, why? Rather than worry about the appearance of the tree, however, what unsettles me is its movement and the abnormal flow of the aether all around it. The entity in front of us is no longer a mere tree. It is a living creature under the control of a powerful mage, warped by her cruel command. What the tree is alive! Oh, did you not realize that trees are living beings? Some elf you are. Perhaps it is for the best that you will not live to see another day. In response to the dark elf's words, the tree begins to shake. Surging forth from the ground are numerous roots, all writhing around unnaturally as they inch closer to LaShaw and I. Oh, I thought I was just chilling. I thought I wasn't even in the, spot. I thought I was just watching. Reminiscent of tentacles, the tree roots continue to squirm, full of life. But unlike fleshy tentacles, the tree's roots are rock hard, strengthened beyond comprehension by the Dark Elf's influence. Rather than think of them as harmless tree roots, it would be more appropriate to view these writhing appendages as lethal whips. LaShaw, get up! We need to get the fuck out of here! That thing may be alive, but it's just a tree. I mean, if we run... Pointless. In LaShaw's place, the Dark Elf responds to my desperate plea. Run away if that is what you wish to do. I will not stop you, human. But the girl is already mine. I look down at LaShaw, who is still unmoving. Because LaShaw, what the fuck? Frozen solid, she refuses to even turn her head. Her eyes are fixed on the tree in front of her and fail to register anyone or anything else. The Dark Elf did not misspeak. She did not mean to say that LaShaw would become hers. Right now, LaShaw is directly under her spell. LaShaw! Oh, fuck. LaShaw, snap out of it. Come on. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Why are you just sitting around? You have to get up. Come on. Rez? Huh? The forest. It's going to kill me. What? The forest? It's not the forest that's trying to kill you. It's that fucking Dark Elf. I ran away. This is all because I ran away. I abandoned the forest. I left my home behind, and now... Interesting. The vine stopped moving as a curious murmur escaped from the Dark Elf's lips. Unlike her parents, it would seem this girl feels guilty about leaving her home behind. No wonder she was so easy to subdue. The manifestation of her fear was right in front of her all along. The manifestation of LaShaw's fear? Whoa! Wait a minute. I know what this is. Interesting or not, prey is no fun to toy with when it's paralyzed like this. This is your last chance, human. Move aside or be skewered alongside the girl. Okay, so knock LaShaw out, attack the Dark Elf, or run away. Terracult, what do you think? Why? I mean, I guess. Terracult, this is your first, probably major decision. Oh, God. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Terracult says we gotta do a cliffhanger, so we gotta do a cliffhanger. Thank you guys for the bits, the donations, all that stuff. Oh, he's joking. Okay, we're good. Unmod. Alright. I did save, TR, it's fine. 1 hour stream. Alright, Terracult. He's thinking about it. He's like, what shit? Dude, just dip. Here's Josie. Oh. Straight dip. Take the money and run. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I bet Tara has frozen with fear of his... Yup, I already know. Because you're probably thinking about it. Thinking about it. Thinking about it. Yeah, we're thinking about it. We're thinking. I guess I'll die. Is that the final decision? Final decision number 2. To attack the Dark Elf. I mean, we're Sable. We could do magic. Gravity ball! Kill everyone! Yeah, alright. This might not be the brightest thing I've ever done. But with LeShaw paralyzed by fear, it's not like I have much of a choice. I'll take out the Dark Elf before she can finish off LeShaw. We're so fucking dead. Placing both hands in front of my body, I begin to amass Aether in a radial pattern. Is that what he's doing? Even with my normal strength sealed by the bangle on my wrist. Fuck! We still have the bangle! Alright. I still have enough power to create a small pressurized ball of Aether. So be it. If you wish to die that badly, then I will be happy to accommodate. Yeah, we're fucking dead. Without paying any concern for what I have planned, the Dark Elf resumes her advance. The tree roots move more quickly than before, closing in on LeShaw and I in a heartbeat. I turn toward the nearest cluster of roots, ready to unleash my attack. I then dash forward, propelling the sphere of energy into the roots. Finally, the moment my attack meets that of the Dark Elf, I die. I realize my blunder. Oh, that is not something I wanted to see today. That is not. See, that's a different kind of Monka TOS. This is. So, Terracult killed his waifu. Just when I think I've succeeded in warding off the Dark Elf's attack, time suddenly stands still. Everything goes quiet. Color leaves my surroundings. My breathing halts, and the desperation I felt moments ago disappears without a trace. Okay, almost feeling bad for Terra right now. In a single instant, everything is over. Dude, where's Nekomiki-chan to see this too? Chris, well. LeShaw's body is pierced from every angle, snuffing out her life in a heartbeat. Dude. It literally went through every part of her fucking body. Rock-hard tree roots, further strengthened by the Dark Elf's magic, have ruptured LeShaw's internal organs, mercilessly tearing her body to pieces. Her eyes, wide open in shock and horror, have lost all vitality. I forgot about the bangle. LeShaw's pupils do not move. Her lungs do not scream for air. Her lips do not quiver in fear. Spared a slow and painful death. LeShaw's life is taken without delay. The moment that her life ends, I realize my mistake. The roots I attacked were a mere diversion right from the beginning. I was shown what I wanted to see and denied the opportunity to take any meaningful action. With roots surrounding us on every side and yet more lying in wait beneath the soil, my feeble resistance was never going to have any impact. I was outmatched from the very beginning. I was simply too blind to see it. Oof. Oof. Should have knocked her out. Though saddened by the sight before me, I did not have the leeway to grieve for LeShaw. I looked down at my own body in shock, and I eventually come to realize that LeShaw is not the only one who's been skewered. Pierced straight through my heart, lungs, throat, and various other places on my body, there's no question as to what is about to happen to me. The Dark Elf did not forget about me. Just like LeShaw, I too will be dead. My body convulses violently as the last of my breath escapes my lungs. With 2 punctured lungs, I can't breathe properly. Were it not for the roots propping me up, I would not have been able to stand. There is no strength left within my body. Even if I wanted to do something now, I wouldn't be able to. I'm done for. Just like LeShaw's done for. We just got the achievement rooted. What is that achievement? What's it say? Die to the hands of a Dark Elf. That's cool. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed LeShaw's route. It was really good. Feel like it's very fitting of an end, honestly. Both of us die together by hardened tree roots. You know. And Terror Cult failed us. I thought he would be able to lead us out of here safely, but in the end, he decided to just kill us. He decided to just kill us. And that's really sad. Thanks, Terror Cult. Thanks, Terror Cult. We're going back in! What do you think, Terror Cult? What's the next? What's the next thing that we need to do? Oh, hold on. So do we at? Holy shit. Yeah, okay. Oh, shit. This can lead, you can lead to a good ending, or you can lead to another bad ending, or continue the story. So, it's either knock her out or run away. What do you think? Where's Terror Cult? Did he just die? Did he just leave? I think he's gone 'cause he's sad. But it's fine. I think he's gone. What he's probably thinking about what to do next. Or he just went and got food. Some more food. More food. Where is Terror Cult? His heart probably stopped when he killed his wife. This is like so random, right? It's just like, alright, and just knock her ass out. Where is that Terror Cult? It's gonna be like Neko Mickey-chan all over again, playing Sound a Drop when she went to sleep and I was there for 20 minutes just singing a song. I feel like if we run, she's going to die anyway, so 1. Alright. Rather than leave LeShaw's side, I kneel down on the spot. I then pick up the largest rock I can find, stand up and clutch it tightly in my hand. Do tell me you're joking. You aren't seriously going to throw that at me, are you? Nope! I understand how futile that would be. You may have set this chain of events into motion, but you aren't the only one who's responsible for controlling them. Taking the rock in my hand, I turn towards LeShaw once more. I lift the rock above my head, wrap both hands around it, and finally... Ooh... We just fucking cracked her in the head with a rock. Holy shit. The moment LeShaw loses consciousness, the roots halt their advance. The tree, which towered over us, also returns to normal, and the entire forest seems to be at peace once more. Holy shit. If only temporarily, LeShaw and I have avoided certain death. Now that was unexpected. I am vexed. You intrigue me, human, but at the same time your actions enrage me. What am I to do with you? Leave me alone? I already tried that, and when I did, you threw my kindness right back in my face. No matter, if you won't step aside, then I shall deal with you first with this giant dagger I actually have. Holy shit, she has some thighs, though. Prepare to taste the same fate as your little friend. Well. The Dark Elf's face warps in surprise. In spite of the heavy flow of aether emanating from her body and the clear path between the Dark Elf and her target, nothing seems to be happening. That's strange. Why aren't you reacting? You should be cowering in terror as your worst fears come to life. Huh. So she's trying to use the same spell on me, is she? But without invoking any glyphs, chanting us the spell, or saying its name, even a mighty elf would have a hard time using a spell like that properly. She must have underestimated me because I'm a human, or perhaps overestimated herself after breaking LeShaw so easily. Don't go mistaking me for your average human, Baka. If I were like the others, I wouldn't be here in the first place. Indeed. Perhaps you are right. I must have been taking it easy on you subconsciously because I thought you were just an ordinary human. This time around, I will not make the same mistake. The dark elf narrows her gaze as she prepares to take me on for real. Thunk. What the? Already, I thought I'd have more time. Concentrating on the dark elf, I yelp in surprise as something whizzes past my ear. Oh, the elves! Save me! Projectile strikes one of the trees in front of me, narrowly missing the dark elf. I messed up. They must have sensed something was amiss when I manipulated that tree and broke the forest's natural order. We'll have to wrap this up another time. Okay, bye. Shooting me one last glance. The dark elf narrows her eyes once more and addresses me hastily. Human, what is your name? Uh-huh. Your name, quickly. It's, Sable. Sable, is it? I shall remember that name. As for me, you may call me Lim. Not that I suspect you'll get another chance to do so. Sable, there is a message I want you to deliver to Ein on my behalf. Glancing over my shoulder, Lim scowls slightly, then continues speaking in a hurry. Tell Ein that the truth behind Bartholomew's legacy shall soon be revealed, and when it is, the entire world will know what he did. That's spooky, scary skeletons. The moment she finishes speaking, Lim disappears into the air. Half a second later, the branches above us begin to rustle, and I catch a glimpse of a faint shimmer in the gap between the trees. Just as I locate her, however, Lim dashes off. The rustling quickly grows quiet, and as far as I can tell, the dark elf is long gone. Curiouser and curiouser. So... Whoa, she was Wait, what? Why is she naked? LaShaw, what you doing? What you doing over there? You got your hair covering the boobles. Night passes by as LaShaw and I seek refuge in Ein's village once more. I take Ein's bed and LaShaw is placed on her own bed in the room next over. Fitting. I wasn't prepared to go out on a limb. Can't take the pun. Okay. Alright, okay. Uninstall the game. Actually, shit. Forgot what my volume was at. There we go. Undisturbed, the two of us sleep through the night, and when I will awaken the next morning, I'm relieved to see her face full of life once again. Good morning, Sable. Ouch. Morning, LaShaw. Is your head still hurting? I literally bashed your fucking head in with a rock. It isn't terribly painful. It's more uncomfortable than anything. What happened last night? Was I struck on the head from behind? You don't remember? LaShaw shakes her head. Okay, good. We don't need to remember. I'm afraid not. I see. I'll explain the situation to you shortly. I'm going to go call your father, so I can tell you both at once. So something did happen. Yeah, you could say that. It's not worth fretting over. Eat breakfast, change out of those dirty-ass clothes, and we'll convene once again afterwards. Very well, I shall do as you say. Wait for me. I shan't be long. All right. I'm so happy we got to punch LaShaw in the face with a stone. I feel like even she didn't deserve the branch death, though. Like, Jesus. That was a Moncatio-esque. LaShaw returns to her bedroom for a moment, then enters the bathroom with a fresh change of clothing. She then closes the door behind her, and judging from the rustling sound on the other side of the door, she has begun to undress. Oh, yeah, this again. Guess it's time for me to catch up on some more reading. Fucking, she's just changing, buddy. Jesus. But you know, she killed us in JoJo's route. No, what? She didn't kill us. That was the Snow Woman. The Snow Woman killed us in JoJo's route. Thanks for following. I am interested in seeing what happens in Ein's book, especially after what Lim said yesterday. Before I speak to Ein and Lisha about this matter, I better see what all the fuss is about. What all the hubbub is about. Oh, sweet. I get to be Bartholomew again. Well, I need some reason for her to deserve it, other than her existence. While their journey is by no means trouble-free, Ein and Bartholomew are pleased with the results of their campaign. Starting with Ein's public image, the duo work on endearing themselves to the townspeople. They help out around the town, come up with creative solutions to existing problems, and gradually win over the hearts of the townspeople. After many months of this, Bartholomew's plan finally begins to come together. The mayor of Bartholomew's hometown, an old man with no direct descendants, announces his retirement. Given that there's nobody who has been groomed to take his position, the slot is to be filled as a per public vote. And of course, in his mind, Bartholomew believes that there is only one suitable candidate. I will do it. Thank you all. I promise you, I will not make light of my new duties. I shall devote myself to making this town the best it can possibly be. Even so, I will not be acting alone. I will be relying on all of you from this point on more than ever. I never be able to do it without my fans. And above all, I will be relying heavily on my dear old friend from a land far beyond. Dude, his voice is great. I love doing his voice. Never stop doing voice acting. Oh, you know what I will never stop? Stretching. Oh. Wait, I need to stand up for this. Oh, here we go. When your entire body just starts popping and when a man loves a woman. All right. Guys, go on, get. And this is a stretch even further beyond. Dude, doesn't Broly come out in like a few days for us? I'm excited. Are we gonna go see that, Chris? When are we gonna? Is it coming here in town or? Oh, we gotta go to the city, right? We gotta go to. Okay, I'm down for that. Man, play being spicy today. I'm excited to see it. Broly. Bartholomew thrusts one arm out to the side towards Ein. The crowd gathering in front of their new mayor erupts into applause. They have all come to accept Ein as one of their own, and they are as fond of him as they are of their mayor. While it may be a single human village for now, Ein has succeeded in making his target, kind a target for respect and affection. 29 for me today, but dude, I'm so high. So is it the 16th for us over here? Question mark Space Marines? I don't remember. I know it's coming out very soon. January. What's that day? Wednesday? We ain't doing anything on Wednesday. I mean, hey. Oh, right. School. Bruh, the visuals, man. I so wanna fucking see that shit in high res cinema. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's why we go in cinema, boy. These people will bring his subjects no harm. Care to say a few words, my friend? This victory is as much yours as it is mine, even though I feel like I'm using you. Prompted by Mayor Bartholomew's offer, Ein steps forward. He looks over the smiling faces of human villagers, then opens his mouth. Humans of this village, I am humbled by your kindness. Though we may not be the same race, I believe that everyone here has shown that we can still get along. Elf and man are not so different. So long as we are ready to accept one another's differences, there is no reason why we cannot coexist in peace. From this point on, I will continue to work towards making that truth of ours into reality. Not just here, but across the entire continent. I beseech you, help me to spread the good word among your fellow man. Our races needn't be at war. Not now, not ever. If you'll have us, we will become your most powerful allies. Well, yeah, of course they're both fucking racist. When I saw God and Resurrection in theaters, it was so fucking awesome. They always go full out with the DBZ movies because they get like crazy budget. So they're like, budget for a 2-hour movie? Fuck it. Let's do this crazy shit. Thunderous applause. And that's how democracy dies, with thunderous applause. Fills the town with even more fiercely than before. Ein's plea for peace and understanding resonates with the hearts of everyone present. They share his loathing of war, and the idea of meeting more elves like Ein excites them in more ways than one, if you know. Red Dead Otaku! Fucking Tau Dab. He shows up, he's like, let's just do a Tau Dab. Time for the new order! Unlimited power! Dude. So I was playing SWTOR last night because I decided to go back to it after all these years. And my main character is a Sith lightning sorcerer man woman. And that's all I was doing. I was just shouting unlimited power the whole time. Anyway, at that moment, I knows that he has started something wonderful. Oh. What, we got an achievement? The history of man. Holy shit, I thought she was about to be naked. Finish reading Ein's book. Alright, we finished reading the book. I guess that's gonna be the last. Wait, that's the end? I guess that does kind of leave it open. Unlimited power. That's what he says. He goes, power, you know? I'll clean once more. I don't know what happened yesterday, but my clothes clearly paid the price. How did I wind up with soil in my socks? Smiling wryly at LaShaw's question, I close Ein's book and turn to face her. Like I said before, I'll explain shortly. So I said play. I say he goes power. Because he's saying power. Duh. What are you guys? Do you want to get something to eat first? This might be a difficult conversation. I do not require food. What I do need is information. Alright. Love language, Japanese. Yeah, I saw that one. And I wanted to play it, but maybe not. No, I just called AMC. He said call back on the 14th and they might be playing DBZ, bro. Is that the, IMAX? Yeah, the fancy theater. Yeah, okay, no point in delaying the inevitable, I guess. I bring up the principal's contact information on my terminal, then attempt to initiate a call. A few moments later, Ein picks up and his cheerful face fills the screen. Broly! Broly! Yes. Oh my, what an unexpected surprise. I figured the next time we'd speak was when you returned to the academy. Change of plans. I know I told you to call me every day, but that was only because we were in a state of emergency. You don't need to make a habit of it. I returned Ein's expression of elation with a stern glare. What's wrong? If you're not in the mood to chat, why did you call? Wait a minute. Why are you still in the village? You were supposed to leave yesterday morning. Did something happen? Is Lisha all right? I'm fine, Father. My head just hurts, but otherwise I'm unharmed. Ein, I wanted to address both you and Lisha at the same time in order to avoid repeating myself. I'll give you a full account in a minute, but to surmise... well, you see, Lisha and I were attacked by a Dark Elf. I proceed to recount the series of events leading to yesterday's attack, including... the death and the naked. See? I proceed... Omitting my ability to see Aether, I explain how I felt something was amiss, and how my fireball was blocked by an unseen force. The unseen blade is the deadliest, or whatever the fuck Zed says. God, I hate him. God, from Lim's appearance to the moment the elves were driven away. The elves. The elves ran. That would have been funny. The elves drove her away. I tell my companions everything they want to hear. After checking to see if Lisha was wounded, the villagers headed back to their own, and with only a couple of them attempting to give chase, I carried Lisha on my back and followed those who were returning to the village, then placed her down on a bed and went to sleep. Da 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 da. Oh. And that just about leads us to this very conversation. Lisha and Ein listen quietly as I finish recounting what I recall from yesterday. There are a few times when Lisha's eyes and mouth suddenly open as though her memory had been triggered. As a show of courtesy, however, she refrains from speaking and allows me to keep going until I finish. So there was a dark elf following you after all. This is troubling. It is fortunate that you were able to get away from her, but without knowing her exact location, it will be difficult for the two of you to return to Amadronia. Yep, I was wondering how about we'd get back. You're her target, so obviously you can't come here to escort us back, and I'm assuming the elves of this village aren't about to offer their services either. Indeed, the only solution I can think of is to bring a large group of senior students along with me for protection. But if I do that, the villagers will be spooked, and those students will become privy to the location of my village. I don't think you have to worry about that second part. I couldn't navigate my way back to Amadronia if my life depended on it. Even if none of the students manage to do so, it isn't a risk that I'm willing to take lightly. Can you, teleport us or something? Before mulling over your safe extraction, let us discuss the Dark Elf. Who was very sexy, I might add. What? Ein, how do you know? Don't ask questions. The Dark Elf who attacked one of us, you mean? Yes, fair point. The Dark Elf seemed to have no interest in harming me, at least until I got in her way. Did she give you any indication as to why she wished to harm Lisha? The Dark Elf seemed passive towards me at first, too. It wasn't until I mentioned my lineage that she seemed intent on killing me. Yes, go ahead and play victim, Lisha. She couldn't kill me, so she decided to settle for you. Sorry about that. There's no need for you to apologize. It was my fault for losing my cool and running my mouth. but I have learned my lesson. From now on, I will refrain from publicly acknowledging you as my father. Yep, I don't think you need to go quite that far. Also, while we're assigning blame, LaShaw turns away from her father and glares at me instead. Yes, LaShaw? Smacking me in the back of the head with a stone? Really, Sable? Look! Even if you were trying to knock me out, you didn't have to hit me so hard. Baka. Etchy. Space Marines. Surprisingly, the malice disappears from LaShaw's face as quickly as it appeared. Her glare naturally morphs into a pout, and her anger is replaced by a look of dissatisfaction. I'm sorry, LaShaw, but it really couldn't be helped. The spell the Dark Elf used was one which leverages its target's fear and just causes it to manifest. The only way I could stop the spell was by knocking the crap out of the caster or her target. If I'd held back or gone for a more difficult target, I would have likely failed, and we would have ended up with this. And Naked LaShaw. I suppose that makes sense, in a way. I still don't get it, though. Why would I fear the forest in the first place? Going by your babbling at the time, you seem to think that the forest was, like, punishing you for turning your back on it and abandoning your home. That is utterly ridiculous. I have not forsaken the forest, nor have I abandoned my home. I have merely been taking a temporary leave of absence. I'm more interested in hearing about Sable's handling of the Dark Elf spell. How is it that you were able to not only decipher its nature, but also devise a countermeasure in such a short period of time? Well, you see, I found a rock. And then I thought, maybe because she's freaking the fuck out about the forest, and the forest is the thing that's attacking her, maybe if I took this rock and bashed her upside the fucking head with it, it would knock her out, and the spell would dissipate. It's pretty simple, really. I'm awesome. That. Truth be told, I created a somewhat similar spell myself. You created such a devious spell. Oh, no. Mine is nothing like the Dark Elves implementation. I simply recognize the similarities at the core of the two. I created a basic animation spell which breathes life into non-living objects, such as rocks or swords. I taught LaShaw that. The Dark Elf spell seems to be based on the same premise, but it goes even further. Rather than animating a non-living object, it gives more power and mobility to something which is already alive. The strengthened entity is then warped, using the target's fear as a catalyst. In this case, LaShaw's fear resulted in a tree coming to life and turning into just a fucking killing machine. Thanks for following. You can easily survive any knockout blow. We had a lot of pent-up aggression towards LaShaw. It's devious, I suppose. She took an innocent concept and turned it into something awful. Oh, boy. I stopped developing the spell where I did because I lacked the power to go further, but for an elf like her, I suppose that much must be child's play, like the series with Chucky and shit. Cursing my own powerlessness, I relived the Dark Elf's attack once more. I'm tired or hungry. I'm hungry! Even though I was able to stop her from killing the two of us, I still wound up at her mercy. Had the elven villagers arrived any later, I would have undoubtedly been slain. Yeah, me and her both. My quit allowed me to narrowly avoid death, but there's no guarantee that I'll be so lucky this time. Or next time. If I'm going to face that woman again, I'll need power. Take this bangle off my wrist so that I may kill, so that I may destroy all my enemies! This Dark Elf sounds like a troublesome opponent. Were you able to extract any useful information from her? She seemed pretty chatty before I was knocked out, though most of the words she spewed forth were insults. I overlook LaShaw's hypocrisy and give Aine a proper answer. Actually, there are few things I haven't told you yet. First off, she asked me to deliver a message to you, Principal. She claimed that, and I quote, "The truth behind Bartholomew's legacy shall be revealed, and that the entire world should know what you did." Bartholomew's legacy? What does that old coot have to do with anything? He's been dead for a full century, hasn't he? Even if he's dead, a person's legacy isn't usually something that dies along with him. Actually, when people talk about Bartholomew, it usually has to do with his efforts to mend relations between humans and elves. Dude, he's Monka-esing right now. 360 million people died. Chances of there being some dead-ass stories among them, pretty much 100%. Considering the current state of things, with human and demi-humans gradually becoming more tolerant of each other, his legacy could refer to the peace for which we are still fighting. I suppose that might be it. What do you think, Father? Yeah, he is Monka-esing. Father? Principal, are you alright? We didn't lose connection, did we? Oh. No sooner have I asked that rhetorical question than Ein's visage disappears from my sight. Either we really did lose connection, or Ein needs some time to contemplate what he's just heard. Well, that was weird. Was it? I don't even notice anymore. Anyway, what were you going to say next? You said there were a few things you hadn't told us? Oh yeah, I'll just catch up your father later, I guess. There's only really one other thing I was going to say about the Dark Elf. Before she left, she actually did leave her name. Oh, so the fair old woman has manners after all. The information may not do us any good, but it certainly couldn't hurt. It might even be possible that one of the villagers knows who she is. I wouldn't get your hopes up. She gave me her name even I can pronounce, so it'll most likely be a pseudonym rather than her true elven name. Right. In that case, the information might as well be useless. Well, no matter. We've seen her face and we know her goal, so not knowing her name isn't a huge loss. What are you guys talking about? And I just realized that Rez lost his clip shit. I know, you stole the clip shit from Rez, the dream. Now let us focus on our efforts on coming up with a method of exterminating that dark elf. Exterminate? Don't you mean like capture or subdue? I do not. In case you've forgotten, Sable, that woman tried to kill me. Furthermore, she plans on killing my father, and she is now waiting for you and I to leave the village so she can finish us off. It is kill or be killed, whether you like it or not. That is the reality of our predicament. Hiccup. I admit that it may seem that way right now, but I think you're being a little hasty. What if we find some way to sneak past her, or exhaust her energy, or something? Yup, we gotta take that Discord roll away from Rez now. It's done. That dark elf may be tough, but she isn't omnipotent. If we strategize properly, I'm sure we can think of something. Strategize all you want. I'll have no part of it. The only thing cretins like her understand is power. If we are to overcome this ordeal, we must strike. Yeah? And how well that work out for you last time? Huh? You fucked. As I recall, it was precisely that haughty attitude and baseless confidence of yours which allowed that dark elf to manipulate you so easily. But hey, what do I know? I'm just some lowly human. Wow. It's not like I was the one who spotted the dark elf, or broke her spell, or saved you, or killed you in another timeline because Terracole told me to, or anything like that. I probably just got in your way, to be honest. Oh. You've made your point. Rushing in headfirst in a fit of rage would be foolish. We need to come up with a plan. With great hesitation, LaShaw acknowledged her error in judgment. LaShaw may be emotional and overconfident, but she's not really that stupid. Once she has been presented with evidence that she is mistaken, she will adjust her outlook accordingly. Be that as it may, if we come up with a plan, it must be one of action. We cannot afford to be passive. We must ensnare that dark elf and make her pay for her treachery by ripping out her throat. Monk S. Terror cult killing off waifus in all timelines. Oh God. Not even like a stretch. I mean, yeah, it is a stretch. Never mind. In other words, you still want to kill her. Stretch it all out. Ideally, yes. Though I might also be willing to settle for her capture if that is more agreeable. I'm glad you're open to negotiation. Unfortunately, capturing that dark elf won't be easy. It might even be harder than killing her. Either way, the first part of our plan can only take two forms. We must either locate the dark elf or draw her to us. Indeed. We cannot do anything if we are unable to find her. Come to think of it, it's possible that she has already departed from the forest and has decided to seek shelter elsewhere until the heat dies down. Possible, but unlikely. As an elf, I'm sure she understands all too well that the villagers won't actively pursue her. As long as she doesn't come close to the village, she will likely avoid clashing with them. On the other hand, she can't afford to leave. If she does, she will not only lose sight of us, two of her targets, but also miss out on the rare opportunity she created. Right now, we're trapped. We can't leave this village while she's watching us. We can't guide other people here either. And the only person who can find us is your father, her final target. And, he kinda hung up the phone on us. Letting us out of her sight now would be foolish. That is a sound argument, but it does not give us much to work with. As you said yourself, the villagers will not help us to pursue the dark elf. Furthermore, my father is too far away, and having him come here would be a risk in and of itself. Just fucking send Draken. Yeah, send the dragon to the forest. That's... I mean... It'd be like, alright, last resort, busting out the big guns, and you just bring Drakens. I'm not seeing any safe or clean solutions. Nobody said this is gonna be easy. If we're going to escape from this forest, we need to think outside the box. Fortunately for us, I love boxes, and I love thinking outside of them, and that just so happens to be my specialty. You're not going to suggest gravity magic again, are you? No. That's for special occasions. I'll do that next time. I can see a few different ways to approach this matter. Whether you'll agree with any of them or not is something else entirely. Well, we won't know unless you tell me. Out with it, Sable. I know you're dying to show off. Maybe just a little bit. Option 1. We rush past the Dark Elf and rejected. I already told you I will only accept a strategy which results in the Dark Elf's capture, if not her demise. Then you should let me finish. As I was saying, we rush past the Dark Elf, return to Amadronia, then join your father, and recruit some senior students to our cause. First you chastise my father for building his own little army, now you want to use them yourself. It's an emergency, alright? Don't judge me. Legit, stop interrupting people. Hey, you're still alive. Hooray! Emergency or not, I don't think that solution is viable. Even if we somehow did manage to pass that Dark Elf, which is basically impossible. See you later, Josie. There's no guarantee that she wouldn't have laid traps for us. Worse, we'd then be forced to run for 4 days straight, lest we be killed in our sleep. It's a nice idea, but it's too impractical. The risk is high, and the odds of success are far too low. Unable to rebuke Lashaw's observations, I am forced to agree with her assessment. Fair enough. All those are valid concerns, and I agree with your conclusion. If regrouping is possible because of the potential for traps and ambushes, then let us consider laying traps of our own. We'll find a way around the Dark Elf. These are like, I like to think of these as like Emperor's New Groove plans, like Yzma, where she's just like, I'm gonna turn him into a flea, and put that flea in a box, and put that box into another box. I'm gonna mail that box to myself, and when it arrives, I'll smash it with a hammer. You know, we'll dismantle any traps we find and set some of our own. As much as I like the idea of giving that dark elf a taste of her own medicine, I don't think that will work. She has already succeeded in tailing us for days on end. Furthermore, she was already able to hide in plain sight, deceiving the eyes and ears of her fellow elves. One does not become adept in fooling the senses of others without first sharpening their own. Anyone covert enough to fool my eyes is bound to spot traps made by novices like us. I lost my Snapchat streaks. It's okay. Snapchat is Garbo anyway. Shut up, bitch. You want to kill her, so just shut up. Wow. Once again, Lashaw shoots down my suggestion with ease. Her analysis requires no connection and leaves no room for argument. Unfortunately, I agree with her every word. So we can't regroup. We can't lay traps. I try to think of different approaches to solving this problem. Something outside of the Dark Elves' expectations. A solution so far beyond common sense that she won't know how to respond. Every time I move my arm, however, I am reminded of a rather severe limitation on my creativity. Yeah, that bangle's fucking him. No, it's not. It's because you're old. No. I'm cool and hit with the kids. I say oof. And, woke as fuck. Grubbing. You know, when you're eating, you start grubbing, you know. And, what else? What else did Chris teach me? Anyway, even if I come up with some obscure, grandiose course of action, I won't be able to pull it off. Not with this cursed bangle on my wrist. I may not be a powerful mage, especially compared to our opponent, but even I would benefit from having this goddamn thing removed. With the principal out of reach, that likely won't be possible, and even if he can remove it from a distance, will it be enough? If only we had something like this that we could use against the Dark Elf. Okay, we take our bangle off somehow, and then try to put it on her. A powerful magical artifact, strong enough to take down even a mighty elf. Oof, you're woke, bruh. An interpretation of young people, yup. You people make no sense. My eyes scan the room as I allow my imagination to run wild. The notion of using magical artifacts to artificially boost our strength is a valid tactic, but it assumes a certain level of preparation. I do not own any magical artifacts, and the same is likely true for Lashaw. If only we had some magical artifacts at our disposal. Magical... That's it! That could work! Lashaw suddenly exclaims in excitement, bringing her face close to mine. Holy shit, she was smiling like a goddamn maniac. Good thinking, Sable. We'll use magical artifacts to level the playing field. Let's just hope that idiotic father of mine didn't bring them all with him to Amadronia. Without delay, Lashaw heads into her room, then into her father's. In each bedroom, she spends a few minutes rummaging around, pillaging the closets and searching beneath under each bed. You might not understand people that you might not understand people that are like 10 years younger than you, but I don't even understand people 2 years younger than me. You should play. It's how you stay hip and cool. A short time later, LeChaw returns to my side carrying a few of odd trinkets. These aren't as many as I'd hoped, but these ought to do just nicely. What do you think? Will these help us in our fight? I scan the individual artifacts one after the other. I'm not really going to pretend that I know what any of these do, or what's so magical about them, but a key, a length of rope, a dagger. Ooh, dagger's good for stabbing. What's so special about these objects? We could use the dagger for stabbing. Duh. See, you can use a key to jam it in her belly button or something. You can use a length of rope to, I don't know, choke her out, and then you can use a dagger to stab. We can win. We can literally win with this. What's so special about these objects? Do you know how to use them? Nope, I don't have a clue, but my father is sure to know, and he's only a call away. Go on, give him a call. Let's find out how valuable our arsenal of magical artifacts truly is. Alright, if you insist. If nothing else, at least I'll be a last kind about removing this infernal bangle. Having given Ein a long enough break from our discussion, I heed LeChaw's command and call him once more. The delay is longer than usual, but surely enough, after a few seconds have passed, Ein's familiar face appears before us. Welcome back, Principal. Did you lose your concentration? Or our connection seemed to suddenly cut out? Yes, you could say that. The Dark Elf's message took me by surprise. I had expected a threat against my life or my village, but not that. The thing about Bartholomew? LeChaw and I discussed that after you cut out, and we were thinking that, forget about Bartholomew. We have more important things to discuss. Father, look at these. Sable and I were thinking that we could use them to bring down that Dark Elf once and for all. Forcing her way into the conversation, LeChaw holds up the magical artifacts she gathered so that her father can see them. You're going to stop her with those? That's right. We just need you to explain to us what they're used for. You want to use them against the Dark Elf, yet you don't know what they do. Goodness, you truly do become an irredeemable mess when you grow emotional. Nobody asked for your commentary, old man. Just tell us what to do, Baka. Well, you are Magnus, so, Yes, as you command. Let's see what you've got. Ah, the heart's key, and a length of Roku rope. I'd forgotten all about those when I moved out. What's with those stupid names? I bet you came up with them yourself. I nod in silent agreement. Don't focus on the names. What's important is that what those objects do, right? Roku rope is, well, it's rope with properties similar to those of a Rokuboboki's neck. Oh. Hence the imaginative name. Hush. Do you want an explanation or not? Like the neck of a Rokuboboki, that rope can extend to the length many times its current size. Wasn't Ein's voice supposed to be Pegasus' voice? Ah, shit! You're right! We're too deep in it now. I don't know if we can... It's also extremely durable and nigh impossible to cut. Perfect for binding anything which is likely to put strain on its bindings. Yugi boy. Ein, why'd your voice change mid-sentence? Could it be used to tie up a captive? It could, though I wouldn't recommend trying it on the Dark Elf. No matter how durable that rope may be, its primary attribute is its elasticity. Given enough time, the Dark Elf would likely just worm her way out. Am I the oldest one here? No. What the? Voice from is the best Yu-Gi-Oh voice ever. Magnus is like a. Even if we bound her from head to toe. What kind of bondage? No. No, never mind. I don't want to know. If you bound her tightly enough and truly restricted her movement as much as possible, then yes, it might work. However, that wouldn't stop your opponent from casting spells to aid with her escape. Right. When we faced her in the forest, she was able to cast spells without any sort of abnormal movement or any vocal triggers. That isn't surprising, given the work Dark Elves typically undertake. Actions become second nature to them. Casting spells without making a sound is just the beginning. Well, bondage it is then. What if we manage to limit her power? How do you plan on doing that, Sable boy? I waved the wrist in front of Ein, showing off the bangle which he himself used to bind me. I had all but forgotten about that. If I were to remove the bangle from your wrist and you were to use it to bind the Dark Elf, then yes, that would help to keep her restrained. However, given the sheer distance between us... So you can't remove it after all? Not without being right beside you. Although, now that I think about it, there might be another way. Really? I said there might be one. Temper your expectation, young Sable. Alright, alright. So, what's the method? Well, truth be told, most magical artifacts aren't as sophisticated as they appear to be. The bangle on your wrist is no expectation to this. If you can trick it into recognizing someone else as the one who put it on you, then you may be able to remove it. You're saying that we could fool a magical artifact by pretending to be you. Who would possibly... Oh. Lashaw's eyes widened in surprise as she realized what her father's alluding to. You want me to try and remove it? Is that what you're saying? Why not? You are my daughter. If anyone stands a chance of passing for me, it's you. There are so many things wrong with this conversation. But if this is for the sake of bringing down that filthy Dark Elf, then I shall give it my best. I almost went like... What do I need to do in order to remove this trinket? There is no special trick. Simply place your hand upon the bangle and imagine yourself removing it from Sable's wrist. That's it. That's it. At her father's behest, Lashaw placed her hands around my wrist, momentarily distracted by the smooth touch of her skin. I avert my eyes in shame as I recall the feeling of Lashaw's breasts pressed against my back as I carried her yesterday. Oh. Wow. What? Wait, what happened? What's going on here? What? Oh, excuse me. Old man boss. Get off my lawn! New PC it is in the foreseeable future. Wait, what? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. It's time to stop! Unaware of my ill-mannered thoughts, Lashaw carries out her directive without delay. As anticipated, the bangle reacts to Lashaw's touch. It expands as she pulls on it, allowing for effortless removal. In a matter of seconds, I have been freed from the grasp of the contemptible bangle. It was that simple? All I needed to do was have Lashaw remove the bangle for me? If I'd known that, I would have asked her to do it all those weeks ago. Cursing my own fucking lost time. I breathe a sigh in relief. Thanks, LeShaw. I owe you one. Think nothing of it. All I did was remove the artifact from your wrist. It is hardly a deed worthy of thanks. In fact, if it's all the same to you, I'd prefer if you did not speak of this matter ever again. While I'm relieved to have one more magical artifact in our possession, being recognized as my father's Dobby's a free elf, she is. God damn it. You know what? It's over. We're just deciding the best way to donate the big monies to you. I'm gonna just hide over here in the corner. I'm just being recognized as my father's daughter does not make me happy. Were you perhaps thinking that we were not related after all? No such luck, my dear. As you have just proven, we are undoubtedly linked by blood. That artifact was probably just confused because we're both elves. Those things aren't without their flaws, you know. Dobby's a free elf, he is. Dobby's a free elf. I need to set up a hidden camera just so I can record Bosskward's reaction when he suddenly receives a giant box with a new potato. Where would you put the camera? Would you put the camera in the box, and then you put that box into another box, and then you send that box to me, and then when it arrives, it blows up in my face. It's brilliant, brilliant. Actually give LeShaw Dobby's voice. Pout all you want, daughter of mine. The artifact has spoken. Sorry, LeShaw, but I'm with thine on this one. Alright, back to our grand plan. With this rope... Ruku rope. Yeah, whatever. It's rope. With this rope and the bangle, which has just been removed from my wrist, we ought to be able to restrain the Dark Elf. And then start stabbing her. You got that damn dagger and you start stabbing her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he keeps stabbing. And he just don't stop. Because the magic dagger, unfortunately, just when you hold it, it keeps making you want to stab anything. And because she's already there, you might as well just keep stabbing it. Sable, Sable. Okay, it's fine. Everything's cool. It's okay. It's okay. Assuming we are able to subdue her, that is. I don't know if what the fuck? Oh, I'll just travel to your place and set up a cam in the back, and the PC have it delivered, record it, go back to your place, and get. Holy shit, that's a process. If you say Corta Panda. You mean like quarter pounder? That's what I'm hearing. Narm! Dude, we need to bring Narm! Narm can beat this Stark Elf's booty. Any idea how we can do that? I doubt the key will take her down. The heart key won't help you bring the Arc Elf down, but it might prove useful after you've captured her. That key's function is to make a person more truthful. An interrogation device? Yes, it can be used that way. If you place the key tip over the heart of the person you are questioning, they will not be able to lie. Okay, so we have another tool which will prove useful later down the line. Double quarter pounder with cheese and bacon. But how will we bring the Dark Elf down in the first place? Will the dagger be of any use? The stabbing? Dagger? What dagger? Didn't I already show you? LaShaw holds up the dagger she showed me earlier, this time making certain that her father can see it. Yes, that dagger. Sorry to break this to you, but that dagger won't be much use. It's really more useful for interrogation. Bingo. That dagger is capable of lulling the one being cut into a state of hypnosis. I don't mean the kind of half-assed mind tricks Eris played on you two. I'm talking about deep, truly powerful hypnotic suggestion. Okay, so you can put someone through hypnosis by slashing them? If you cut someone with that dagger, then you can then order them around. They will temporarily be under your complete command. Listening to Ein's explanation of the dagger's intended use, I naturally tilt my head in perplexity. Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't that make it the perfect tool for taking down our opponent? That depends. Are either of you highly trained assassins, skilled in the art of wielding daggers? Do you feel confident that you could close in on a capable mercenary who has already run things around you both and stab her? All right. What do you... Wait. What do you think? What do you think, Terracult? Where are you? Cut LaShaw, become my lackey. What does Terracult think? What does Terracult think? I don't think Terracult is Terracult, cause he's thinking. We're singing a song. We're thinking a song. Terracult singing. Terracult going. Da ba da ba da ba da. Terracult ain't not here. He's probably eating or something wherever he is. Everyone at Terracult. Everyone at him. Not in Discord, but in the chat. Everyone at him. Everyone at him. Where is Terracult? Yeah, he's gotta give us the answers. Yeah. Yeah. He's gotta give us the answer. Yeah. Yeah. If he doesn't give us the answer. Hey, there he is! Yeah! You gotta bait her. Or we'll just use the dagger on the shot for some reason. Yeah, makes no sense. But what the fuck doesn't matter anymore? It's Terracult time. He's gotta do it. He's gotta answer the question of the decision. I was doing commissions on Answer Lane. Alright. Gotta come up to answer. What is the answer? You can watch all the bits fall in the cup all the way for Terracult. No, he's listening to the waifu route. Duh. That's what everyone does with me. They literally just turn me on and listen in the background. Gotta wait on decisions. Yeah, the decisions. What is the decision I did? Dabba-deba. Dark elf ain't dumb. Probably see the trick, so that's a number 2. I guess we're gonna stab LaShaw, whatever. Alright, you made your point. However, I do have a counter proposal. And what that might be. And what that might be. What might that be? What that might be. What might that be? That might be? What might be that? Holy shit. Okay, I know this is gonna sound dumb, but hear me out. What if, instead of using the dagger on the Dark Elf, I use it on LaShaw? What do you think? You want to do what exactly? What are you thinking, Sable? You wish to take control of my body? Not like that. Just listen to me. What I'm suggesting is that I put Lisha in a state where she won't fall victim to the mind tricks of our opponent. If Lisha's in a state where she's freed from her own fear, she'll be able to fight that dark elf on equal footing. That certainly is a far more tame application than I thought you were alluding to. Baka, Space Marines. Unfortunately, I still cannot consent. Really? You don't think you could take that dark elf on? Be reasonable, Sable. We're talking about a professional mercenary here. An assassin, if you will. Lisha is bound to be half that woman's age, not to mention the difference in combat experience between them. Asking Lisha to suddenly transform into a combat specialist is just too much. My thoughts exactly. While I'm not one to shy away from a fight, I'm well aware of my own shortcomings as a combatant. We may not have faced off for long, but I believe I was able to measure our opponent's strength quite clearly. Needless to say, I am no match for her. Thought you were trolling me when you were yelling out decision time. Nope. See, that's how I keep you on your toes. See? Faced with a rare admission of weakness from Lisha, I find myself unable to savor the moment. If Lisha's not strong enough to take the Dark Elf down, then I stand no chance of taking her down. And I can't take the elf down without a car, and I can't take the car without a Dark Elf. And I can't get a car without play, and I can't drive the Dark Elf over without play in the car to be in the car and drive. Shit, man. We still need more power, huh? I could always put some of the elves from the village under my control. Though I get the feeling that Lisha 9 wouldn't consent to that. Furthermore, the effects are temporary, and Lim likely won't show herself to if we're escorted by an army of elves. It's like, seriously, just call Draken, duh. This is a fight Lisha and I must see through on our own, combining our power to... Wait, that's it! I just had another brain blast! I know what to do. I'll put Lisha in a trance, then take advantage of her mental state to perform puppet magic. Puppet magic, as in master-slave combination magic? She is so unenthusiastic about... That's the one. Puppet magic. You mentioned this to me once before when we visited Amadronia City, correct? I don't understand. Why would I need to be hypnotized in order for such magic to be used? I glance to Ein, who nods his head in understanding and begins to explain. She's gonna be so pissed about it. Puppet magic is a variation of combination magic, which is based on subservience rather than teamwork. As you know, regular combination magic involves having two mages of roughly the same strength or skill level performing complementary magic at the same time. In the case of puppet magic, however, the two mages are not on equal terms. They each fill specific contrasting roles. Typically, the more powerful mage becomes the slave, whose body is used as a catalyst. The weaker the mage, then holy shit. The weaker mage then takes on the role of the master and sends commands directly into the body of the slave. Like so, a mage with substantial knowledge, but little power or ability may borrow the strength of a more powerful mage, who would ordinarily lack the knowledge required to cast the chosen spell. Did I say lock? I mean lack. You know what I mean. I nod in confirmation as Ein finishes explaining. I prefer the puppet metaphor myself rather than speaking of a master and slave, but ultimately both explanations are apt. Yes, I do remember that much. It's combination magic we can use despite the difference in our power. What I do not understand is why I would not need to be put under a trance. Weren't you listening, Lisha? This is a variety of magic. There's a variety. This is a verity of magic relying on subservience. Do you really think you would be able to become subservient to Sable? No, to any human. Hello, Mechanist. Welcome back again. Subservient, you say? Yes, I remember now. That is the reason why we chose not to explore the possibility any further when the notion was first brought up. But now, we have no choice. If it is for the sake of taking down our opponent, then I will at least agree to give it a shot. That isn't good enough. If you can't pledge complete subservience to Sable right here and now, and actually mean every word you say, then you have no hope of pulling this off. Sorry, LaShaw, but your father's right. For someone as strong-willed and cautious as you are, becoming my puppet or slave is impossible. While putting you in a trance, I don't think this has any chance of working, or without putting you in a trance. Jesus. I understand. LaShaw looks down at her feet, still blushing as she does. All this talk of subservience and pledging obedience has her flustered. At the same time, however, LaShaw seems disappointed by the fact that she cannot pull this maneuver off without being hypnotized. Unfortunately, now is not the time to indulge her. This is a matter of life and death, and I don't fancy the idea of dying for the sake of protecting LaShaw's pride. Now that we have that out of the way, Sable, are you confident that you will be able to take on the role of the master? Well, yeah, oh, stretch. Oh. Hello. Yeah, it won't be a problem. I did it with a dragon. I mean, fuck, I didn't mean to say I did it with a dragon. Oh boy. Have you thought about what spells you'll use while LaShaw is under your control? It'll depend on the situation, but yes, I do have a few ideas. Actually, to be perfectly honest, there are hundreds of spells I've always wanted to try out, but lack the power. With LaShaw at my disposal. Don't fool around. Pick a handful of spells in which you are confident of your experience and precision, then commit to them. I want to come up with a short list of spells. Each spell should be accompanied by a description of its functionality and an explanation as to why you feel it would be appropriate. Until we are all satisfied with the list you came up with, we will repeat this exercise again and again for as long as necessary. Have I made myself clear, Sable boy? Yes, sir. Well, that was... You guys already know. You already know what time it is. It's time to go eat. So I want to end the stream because I'm gonna go eat, and because Chris wants to stream Resident Evil. Speaking of which, everyone at Chris, where is he? Because I want him to start the stream so we can fucking raid him with fool-all emotes. What do you think? Is that a thing we could do? Christopher, where are you, Christopher? Christopher, it's time to start the Resident Evil Christopher stream, Christopher. Cause we're about to watch it. Watch, he starts it, and we just over here we die for like the brief second, and then we're gonna wait, Christopher, wait. What? Christopher, it's time to stream. Because you need the Resident Evil. Unless you wanted to eat first. Unless you wanted to do anything first. I mean, I'm Christopher. Blood is sweet, thicker than honey, Christopher. I'll stream first because the demo can only go for 30 minutes. What? Oh, it's only like Wait, it's only like a 30-minute demo? Shit, man. We can wait till then. All right. Chris is going to start streaming. I'm going to hit raid when he starts streaming. Tell me when he starts streaming. Or come into my chat and then be like, hey, I started. I'll be like, all right. So how you guys? I hope you guys enjoyed. We fucking met our antagonist of this route, which is probably going to be the Dark Elves. So I mean, we should have figured something like that, but I wasn't really thinking about it too much. I didn't. But I feel like I'm really curious about what Ein's thinking, or what you know, with the whole Bartholomew shit. So, all right, /raid Lego time bomb. Aha! All right, are you guys ready to raid? I hope you guys are ready to raid, because we'll see you guys later. It's okay, thanks, bye, guys. See you later. Tee-hee. Tee-hee. Wait, hold on. Hold. We need more raiders. More raiders. Are you ready to raid? Let's go. All right, I'm hitting the button. I'll see you guys later. Don't worry about it. Da 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 da.